So,
We're
you've
still in the
ventured... Sorry?
We're still in the sandbox.
Shush. You ventured into the depths of the Tomb of the Dragon Rider, discovering the fate of the fifth Akteshi weapon, Dark Ruin, and unravelled the cataclysm that shattered the tomb centuries ago. I'll actually bring you over to the map there. The cataclysm's epicenter was revealed as the result of a powerful ritual by awakened cultists, aimed at resurrecting the giant Draugast. This ritual tore through the fabric between the worlds, causing elemental energies and dark forces to seep into the material realm, spawning strange, corrupted versions of elemental energies and shadows of the past. In the midst of uncovering these revelations, you were confronted by a shadowy imitation of one of the tomb's former inhabitants, a massive dragon. A skeletal dragon, comprised of shadow, though through strategic maneuvers and the aid of summoned allies, including a Seneschal of Mortrim and arcane chains from Ida, you managed to... you defeated the draconic shadow and then decided to investigate a strange open hole, revealing how the awakened cultists had managed to get into the tomb to begin with. They had dug their way up and into the place with the aid of powerful magic, excavating a tunnel that led out into the deep dark. Utilising a network of natural caverns weaving through the underground expanse, they seemingly had skillfully traversed the perilous terrain, suggesting prior knowledge of the tomb's location and a deliberate approach. Their calculated actions hinted at a premeditated plan rather than mere coincidence, indicating a deliberate quest to locate the tomb, perform the ritual, and willingly offer themselves as blood sacrifices to resurrect Draugast. With this information in mind, you doubled back, made several plans to return to camp. Ida offered to teleport everyone, while Angus offered the more physical approach of burrowing through the deep rock and stone using his fists of skag gauntlets. You spent the rest of the day resting, recovering from this now concluded expedition into the tomb of the Dragon Rider. Ida and Angus conferred with each other, noting down in detail what has been discovered here and the various events that had transpired. As you all awoke from sleep the next day, Angus cooked a grand breakfast for the entirety of the archaeology and research teams that had gathered here to follow in your wake to discover what awaited them in the tomb. And Ida whisked you all away to the Temple of Quetzali, the largest and oldest library, still curated to this day. You were led to the Archmage's chambers of Avatar Etzel Azcatl, chosen of the living god of knowledge and creation here in Tanzia, to which he seemed to be finishing up a meeting with a military official concerning the attack on Tek Tahos. But regardless, he was dismissed, and you opted to begin briefing him on what happened in the tomb. With that, Ida takes out a scroll case, offers it to the Archmage with a mage hand. I'll bring the stream over to the actual map here. There we go. Perhaps it might be best if we put this all into context. There's a very simple and explainable reason why we weren't able to retrieve Dark Ruin. I've taken the liberty of documenting in detail what we managed to find in the tomb, but we can tell you the cliff notes. We should probably start from the beginning. And Etzel begins reading through all of these research notes as you begin to brief Etzel about the events that had transpired in the tomb. The extraplanar puzzle provokes a few interested tilts of Etzel's mask. You tell him about the intersection, and then brief him about the fire giant wing dedicated to the Flameforged clan, about the The Crimson Tyrant's owner, Archduke Holder Altgrim. Ida mentions that it's a common theme here in this tomb. Places that were once served as other functions before they became burial places. I'm not sure why. I believe more research is needed. And it's then that you begin describing the forge that took up most of the tomb itself. And it's that Etzel's attention is thoroughly piqued.
You discovered a giant's forge.
We did, and quite frankly, it was massive.
Yeah, real complicated.
Yes, I'm no expert in smithing myself. You saw it all had inputs and outputs for ingots or bars. Am I correct? At least that's what I saw from afar.
Yeah, that's about the long and short of it. And also used lava as its heat source. A lot of it.
It looked like... correct me if I'm wrong here. It looked like it was for the mass creation of metals. I'm not sure the...
Forge of that size would be ample for that, but unfortunately, I'm not as dedicated as some of our other members here. Willem and Angus would probably be the ones to...
Well, it's kind of hard to say if it was for mass metals or because of their size. Maybe the bulk was just so they could use it at all.
To that point,
There was a large, powerful hammer with it. It seemed to work off of levers and the like, lava pressure.
Yeah,
It was quite the interesting thing.
A lot of gears and shit, weren't there?
It ended up being underneath the hammer that the giant was able to be felled. Interesting thing. More than the metals he forged himself, more the himself he forged to metal. A skeleton encased in metals itself. Like a living, unliving golem.
Etzel's mask gives a very curious tilt at that.
Speaking of, he also had a series of forge hands, ancient dwarves speaking giant from tongues long ago, encased in brass and bronze. Their souls bound, consumed as fuel for runes.
Yes,
Terrifying stuff.
From what we recalled, it was some awful method of punishment. Etzel seems to ponder on this for quite a moment. And he kind of... You can tell his curiosity has been piqued here.
What type of metals were being forged here?
We never got to witness it.
Well, we found like metals about all sorts. Really, there was some platinum, some maybe even some tin. I don't quite remember.
He turns...
And,
Etzel kind of turns to you, Vellum. There's this air of contemplative silence as the motionless mask of the motionless face of the golden mask seems to peer through you.
I'm gonna insight that.
Sure.
I feel like you might need a deception that.
Yeah,
I think he's inciting you.
Well,
Angus has been careful
insight.
with his words not to lie.
Well, I mean, I still want to
So
insight.
so
Yeah,
far,
the-
Willem hasn't lied. We did find a bunch of other metals.
Guys, there's such a thing as lying by omission.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even lying by omission is still a deception roll, but I want to, like, I as a player am reading it this way, but like, Vellum as a character.
Are you inciting each other?
Insight, my insight.
Indeed, he is peering through you in particular, Vellum. And he's almost waiting to hear more information. You do recall last time you spoke with him about finding certain metals and reporting back to him on it. Oh, he turned off that.
He sent me a text about it and everything.
And
yeah,
he-
no, like
he-
I can glean exactly what he's like. The question's there; it's hanging in the air, but
And
he hasn't
he-
asked it. So
It's well, it was. He was about to just speak to you about this.
Well,
well, I mean, he sorry.
when I last spoke with you, I told you that I'd been searching for the giant's method of crafting adamantine for many years. I all but lost hope of reviving such a groundbreaking discovery. As a gesture of goodwill, you made a promise to me about finding such a thing. If you did so, you'd divulge it to me.
And he kind of flicks a finger and isolates one pair of parchment papers, floating them towards him, upon which are scrawled several quick sketches and diagrams of a familiar massive machine. And he seems thoroughly enthralled by the designs.
This news of an ancient forge gives me renewed hope. Did you find a means to craft adamantine there?
He'll sort of step forward a little bit to. I assume these are Ida's notes, so he's sort of gauging
Yes.
how thorough they are.
Well, I'm a man of my word, and I'm not one to squash someone's hopes. And I'm pleased to say that you are right in that a forge like this in a place like that. I did indeed find it there.
Immediately, he seems to straighten himself, and from your, carrying on your previous insight, he's certainly excited at the prospect of this information, but he seems to be trying to carry himself with a dignified air.
He's trying not to nerd out.
Giddy is a schoolgirl. It's like, no, I'm the cool dude with the mask, and I'm like, oh, all serious. No, I gotta keep it together, man. But oh my
Out
god.
of question. Out of character question. Wasn't that process related to the staff that's embedded in there? Or did Dejar keep the staff?
I think Dejar kept the staff because it's what she did in the remaining wings of the dungeon. Oh,
And
or
it
do you
also
mean after
requires
we
the
left?
consumption of the souls.
It's consumptions of
Essences, yeah.
Fire
The
elementals.
elementals.
Yeah, they
Yeah, the elemental
if I remember
cells,
right, they
essentially.
used the staff to call forth the elementals, and then
Rip
through an
the-
apparatus of some kind,
Yes,
That's
like
the,
pulled the essences from them.
because they needed
basically.
at a mass production of this scale, you need a quick, easy source of immense heat, which would be the fire essences.
We should also probably preface that what is said in character and what is said out of character currently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we-
none of this is in character.
Yeah.
This is my out of character attempting to
Yeah,
recollect.
it was
That's
a
why I
while
said I
ago, so
started with
that's
it.
very fair, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I wanted to be clear what was at. None of that's been said,
Yep.
including what we've done.
Yep.
Or that we even made anything.
Okay, yeah. Well,
So-
going back in character.
I will say it's complicated as all hell, especially the way they wanted to do it, but I learned it.
What be the method?
What be the what, sorry, voice modulator?
So he said, what is the method? What be the method?
And as he asked that, you see Angus turn and pointedly look at you. A determined sort of look on his face. It's almost pursed, but he remains silent.
There's the slightest flicker of a side eye, because like that part there was enough to be like, yeah, no, this is pertinent to. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit eepy today, so my words aren't coming out as clear as I'd like. But yes, there's a brief side eye, and he sort of. I assume there's like Quill or something nearby or something. Shit, I mean, dude runs a library.
Etzel kind of flicks another finger, another blank sheet of parchment floats by, and a golden mage hand hovers near it with a raptor feather quill. He seems ready to turn. He seems ready to take notes.
Well, before he sort of reaches for anything.
Well, a promise is a promise, and I keep my promises.
And he sort of gestures in the may I sort of gesture.
Etzel,
the parchment and the quill.
Etzel nods and floats them over to you.
Yeah, and for Angus's sake, that statement was, in the context of him, definitely more pointed towards Angus than the head honcho here. I keep forgetting his name, so I come up with fun little names for him.
It's Etzel, Etzil.
Oh, because it sounds like Itzel, and that's why I'm mixing it up. Okay, so Vellum will just sort of, yeah, he'll sort of scribble it down, and I don't know if he handed him a blank one or not, but he will.
Blank
put down
parchment paper.
The components, the supposed method. But more making notes on how impractical it is in terms of like mass quantities. It's not a lie, it's just factual. Like, the Giants had a specific setup that was fucked up. So if anyone, even Vellum or Angus, tried to do this en masse, like, it just wouldn't be feasible to do a lot of it. But it's all there.
And with that, he approaches you, places a hand on your shoulder, and with a nod.
I give you all immense thanks. This discovery will fundamentally change the nature of not just my forays into transmutative alchemy, not just the nature of metallurgy in the dynasty, but the world over. One of the most valuable additions to the archives. Accolades to you, Vellum, to all of you.
Well, I just hope that this knowledge will be used rightly.
You put your good faith in me, and I will put my good faith in you. But I get ahead of myself. What more did you find in the forge halls of the Flameforge clan?
I suppose, is this like a going back to Ida summarizing thing, or is he?
If you want to have Ida go back to summarizing everything, we can do that. Or if you've got anything specific you want to mention, feel free.
I mean, beyond the recapping, like I think Ida she witnessed everything, so beyond like the particulars of the forge, which is way out of her wheelhouse, I think she's sort of summarizing like what happened. Yeah, like what we found, what we fought, to her best approximation.
And I'm assuming you don't tell Etzel about the pious deal.
I mean, no.
All right.
Unless it was unless it was mentioned by Ida.
Yep, just make.
She can see things, but she doesn't understand.
As far as I recall, Angus was the one who sat down and helped Ida write out whatever.
Yeah, so it's all based on the on how Angus directed that conversation.
I don't think he did. I think it was Vellum, and then you came back. And
No,
you told
Vellum wasn't
him
part of the notes.
Yeah, Angus was a part of Ida taking the notes. So
Yeah, I think it was
whatever-
like towards the beginning of it, but you definitely did.
Yeah.
So whatever Angus said
there were
to Ida,
notes on. There were no notes on like fire, steel, adamantine. None of that. It's just the forge. It's kind of hard not to include the forge in the notes there. But yeah.
So he don't know shit, and I'm under no obligation to tell him.
Yep. So
And like Ida, for as smart as she is, she can see things, but she can't really understand them if they're.
Ida doesn't
not
know
her
about.
expertise.
Ida doesn't know exactly how pie steel is made, nor adamantine. Etzel now knows how adamantine is made, but not pie steel. Just to clear that up.
The elemental metals are unknown to him.
Yes.
Currently.
So, as you continue briefing Etzel on the rest of the tomb, you begin describing the events of the tomb dedicated to the Stormborn clan, how it functioned as a sort of meeting chamber or temple. You brief him on the discoveries of the relations this clan had with the Skyhelm clan. You go into the maddened spiritual corruption of Harun Hilgera, about how his corrupt spirit was entombed in that place, and strange interference of necrotic energies over time had led the magic that bound his soul to that place degrading. Specifically, Ida, with some sort of timeline confirmations from Thule, goes into descriptions of the cataclysm that broke apart the tomb some 400 years ago. And many of the tablets that they weren't able to carry with them, they mention, have been organised and sort of stored in a safe, easy to locate, easy to reach place in the tomb. You brief them about the tomb dedicated to the Stone Speaker clan. Going into detail about their apparent leader, this warrior poet named Oskada, who wielded the Viridian Distiva. You describe the sliding tombs and pillars, the very strange riddles and puzzles these stone giants seem to be fond of. You also describe the wealth of knowledge found in the tomb's archives. Ida is thoroughly enthralled describing what she found there, and it takes a very firm prompt from Etzel to move on to the rest of the briefing. You described the encounter with the Stone Sentinels, and Ida gives credit to Liska for utilising the surroundings and ancient mechanisms of the tomb against the construct, sort of using their own environment against them. The southern wing is then described next. Ida begins to describe the history of the place, about its dedication to the Frostsworn clan. A giant clan that ascended to power early on during the rise of the Empire under the rule of Jarl Skane. You describe how here you found the most significant influence of these deep ravines, about the strange shadows that seems to seep from them, and occasionally sort of animate some of the corpses of the warrior slaves that were buried here alongside their masters. You describe the unlocking of the central chamber, the corpse of the ancient Jarl who wielded Pale Rage, and Etzel seems very disturbed throughout much of this. And Ida gives credit to Angus, who she describes finishing off the Jarl with it was a rather impressive and divinely flashy hammer blow, I must say. You then describe the acquisition of the Evoker's Staff, the claiming of the elemental energies needed to unlock the fifth wing of the tomb. You describe your descent into it and what you encountered there. Ida continues. Yes, we believe this was the epicenter of the disaster that befell the tomb some 400 years ago. We found out what caused it. There's not many words I can use to describe it, but we believe we may have stumbled upon the catastrophic results of an incredibly powerful ritual. The ritualists of which have infiltrated the tomb from below, from the deep dark, with the focused purpose of bringing back a rather powerful Dragon Rider. Angus, what are the names and titles you discovered on the sarcophagus lid?
He sort of looks to her and just turns. I'm sorry, I can't rightly recall at the moment. You might have to check your notes. And he goes back to his silence.
Very well.
Just standing.
Etzel and Nida sort of flick through the notes a brief bit. Yes, and she kind of points. Draugast, what we believe to be some sort of warden of graves, some sort of oath taker. And we believe that he possessed the Dark Ruin Blade. Might have either been a great sword or a long sword by the tracks and marks we found.
Great sword.
Yeah, it was kind of dragging along the ground when he was walking, and he is a big. If he was a giant, he was a big
And-
individual.
Proportionately from what was seen, it is a great sword.
Yes, a great sword would make much more sense.
Aye. Ruby red blade.
This ritual, whoever concocted it,
It still kind of pauses, looking over the parchment with an exasperated sigh. He asks, almost dreading, but almost knowing what you might say.
did they fail? Or did they succeed in bringing back this drug?
At that moment, Charles speak up. They succeeded. And she brings over a robe and a dagger, putting it on the table.
There is... You can't tell from the blank expression of the mask, but from the way that Etzel's gaze lingers on the dagger and the robe, you can tell there is a hint of recognition.
Damn it all.
Etzel seems to pause for a moment, hastily reading the last of the parchment pages.
They awakened, it seems.
Indeed.
You see, this disaster happened 4 centuries ago. That would mean this happened 5 decades after the end of the world undying. 5 decades after the awakened remnants scurried into the shadows. So, for the last 4 centuries, this Draugast has been alive and roaming about. Why have I not heard nor seen any direct attacks from this mysterious risen giant?
Most likely because he is not a giant per se. It is one thing to rise someone back up, It's another to use somebody else's body as a housing.
Dead. You see any be undead?
We don't know fully if it is Straugas or if somebody else is in there. But chances are not good.
They also might be in like a different dimension or something, like a different plane of existence. We did see like a there was like a giant shadowy figure whenever we killed Mortithax, and also when we were in that Mind Flayer colony. It resurrected the beholder we killed into a death tyrant. So he is out and about, and if you think about it, you did just hear about him.
Yes, he hasn't looked up from his desk. The robes and the dagger next to him, just gazing at them for quite some time. What feels like a very, very long moment. And you can see his shoulders sort of sigh in. You can tell he seems exasperated by all of this information.
I cannot worry myself with some vague threat of a single missing undead giant from a tomb brought back from the dead. As dangerous as the awakened are, they be a shadow of what we once were. If this Draugas is not the orchestrator of the Black Hand's attack on Tektahos, then I must give this my attention at a later date. The safety of the dynasty's capital be my primary concern.
At the mention of Black Hand attack, Sao just sort of tenses slightly and side eyes Deshar for a moment before looking back to the main man. Black Hand attack?
Deshar just looks, gives a side eye to Sal. With a almost like a raised eyebrow, like, well, it's all in the face expression, by the way.
He straightens himself, turns around to the rest of you.
From our knowledge, our informants,
and for the moment, for just a brief moment, the rest of you don't see this, but you feel this, Deshar. That subtle glance towards you.
the Black Hand be launching an attack on Tektahos. We do not know when. We do not know how. Do not know why. But our main concern right now is staving off this attack.
So out of character real quick. Sorry, my throat's been like super phlegmy this morning. We know that, like, as
Yeah,
a party,
I
we know
was-
they're coming by the sea, right?
I was about to say, like, many of you know that. Yeah, the Black Hand is launching some sort of attack on Tanzia, on the dynasty.
And between Deshar and Sao, we've sort of mentally calculated an estimate
Mm-hmm.
how far away they are and the time frame. I can't recall it at the moment. We had to talk about it. I think it was like 4 months at the fastest.
No, if I'm calculating correctly, Phoebus. From this month to Phoebus. So, technically 2 months? That's why I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Because they're going to have pretty much manpower that doesn't need any rest. So basically a undead engine.
Yeah. So far we are not saying any of this in character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Liska will speak and be like, from what we know, they are invading by the sea. A somewhat sizable armada.
You notice a subtle tilt of Etzel's mask between you, Liska, and Dejar. As if to say,
Oh yeah, he has to tilt. He has to look up.
yeah, it's
I'm
as
just
if
kidding.
it's as if to say, as if to sort of subtly ask Dejar, have you told them?
Yard just would look at like, I trust them. Why wouldn't I?
Then it seems that you all know what Dejar knows. What a connection to the Black Hand as well.
She told us pretty much everything.
Let me just go ahead and find my notes. Hang on. Here we go.
Yes, Dejar has mentioned to me before that, previously, that this Black Hand be an outsider force, not representative of Mayland. And that the Silver Crown may be under a dark influence. That much I get to say for myself. For these just be words. I can only hope to see action that Mayland sees fit to stop this Black Hand.
In a way, that
Well.
is after you.
Tell them what you last saw in the capital.
The capital is guards, or supposed to be mountain guards, were replaced with the Black Hand. Own guards. And they are asking the citizens to give up weapons for their own safety.
And on top of that, the city's commanders, their head of guards, officials, long running, have been removed and Black Hand appointed. Whether or not it is this eldritch change that you say, or if the king has fallen to honeyed words, he would not be the first king to do something terrible without it being a true spell.
Angus?
I have to make this clear. No. We are going to war. With you. Whether we want to or not. Because you're a smart enough man. How can the common folk of your country, even the learned scholars, especially the learned, how could they see a separation of state and hand at this point? We're too far blended. There's no way for us to look at this is just a mercenary group because they're in every part of our government.
No longer just a mercenary group, it seems.
That's
No,
That's
they
also
are
a
a
thing.
standing army.
If they were your standing army included, then why would you have a surplus of demons and mountain folk in your ranks? It was just solely, halflings and humans and dwarves. Begs the question now, doesn't it?
Liska's gonna just like casually just mutter under her breath like mountain folk are demons. It's just
I know,
like
but I'm,
demons
You
and
know what-
mountain folk. No, like I said, that's why she muttered it under her breath. She's like mountain folk are the demons.
It's like Dejar said, and from the way I'm seeing things, the people marching on your capital, they're under a different banner with different faces, and it may be said that they're not just a mercenary group anymore, but as far as I'm concerned, it's mostly sellswords.
But
And I
it's-
can't say that they represent
But do you
Maven's
know?
interests. I
And
know
do we
enough
know
of
that it's just that? What if it's just sellswords, eh? But then what's the consequence of that? Oh, you could blame the mercenary leading them, but what happens when the mercenary is appointed in government by the king? When that mercenary group is in every faction of the government? When there's more of them ruling the nation than the damn dwarves themselves?
I think you'd call
There
that
There
an
is no
occup-
more, it's just them.
Yeah, I think you call that an occupying army.
occupying, but it's also bringing in not
Yeah,
just
but what
main-
when it's appointed by the
Let me
damned
finish.
king?
Let me finish, please. It is not just bringing Mayland into this conflict, but also by asking for reinforcements, surplus, Ragnarok. But they're gonna get the hit too for this blame. It's not just Mayland. This is basically a whole clusterfuck.
And maybe soldiers, there may be people in authority that have been put there. But the leaders of the holds ain't under their thumb. The common folk ain't under their thumb as much as it seems that way. And the people who are loyal ain't under their thumb. And the fact that we're here doing what we
People who are
can to
loyal
stop
have
this
been
from
driven
happening.
away. They've been disappeared.
As you say. But the
Only
fact that
real
we're here
loyal
trying
ones
to stop
left
this-
alive seem to be those hiding in a fucking little tower.
Well, there still might be, Angus, Liska just kind of like reaches down to put a hand on top of his head because his shoulder's probably too low.
That's about it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Not everybody can just pick up and move, and not everybody has the fortitude to leave probably generations of tradition and family history. A lot of people have hope that it will get better. There are still people who are loyal to the king and Mayland trapped in there.
Cannot choose this.
Which is
You
why
can't
I'm so
change
worried
minds and
about
hearts
this.
with swords.
But you can with propaganda. Enough to give up swords, it seems.
I said they're trying. They have not succeeded. They tried.
Well, they've been
Your
trying to
people-
do everything they were doing before until this point, and they've managed to succeed most of it.
Etzel kind of
What?
But when it comes to your people, Angus, they're stubborn and sturdy, and you know more than anyone they won't take anyone trying to control them. The people who've been put in
So-
positions can try as they might, but they ain't gonna do shit against the dwarven spirit.
If they won't do anything against the people trying to control them, yet these new people in power have secured it and are acting, then are they being controlled? Because they seem to be marching foot and step just fine.
Angus, I'm going to say something here that should not leave this room. There's
don't say it.
been... No, I'm going to say it. Because you don't seem to understand something.
I don't... Tell me at another time then. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well.
Fine.
It's alright. The point is, we're here to try and stop it. And I feel like we represent what Mayland was and is in some small way.
I mean,
What
that's why we
the-
have these, and Liska like pulls out the Mayland Security Council badges.
So that be your influence in Mayland then? You'll be part of the Security Council.
Yeah, we're kind of a big deal.
They brought us on after we helped out in a major way and went on our way. But things changed in a short time
Then,
before we
all,
really knew.
all I can ask, while I and my people prepare to fend off this invasion, that you, all of you that are a part of this council, use your influence in any way I can to stop this. Somehow.
Well, a part of that is probably going to end up being in defense of your nation. Influence is all well and good, but there's still an army marching on you.
That has been always how the dynasty was run before. Never in aggression. Not beyond our borders. Anyone who seeks to make war upon this nation, they will find these lands will be their graves.
If their army's crushed enough, I doubt they'll be able to recover. And if people back home hear that it's gone so badly that numbers have dwindled, no more brave folk might suddenly come out of the woodwork.
Kind of thinks for a moment.
There also be this manner of Drogast. What do you know of him?
Is he also the? Is he also the one that goes by Maribs? I can't remember.
Of all the people,
Fucking Liska takes 100 fucking points of damage. Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rock falls. Rock falls on Liska.
Yeah, see, Janner, that's the problem. Even with 100 points of damage, she still stands.
Yeah.
Fucking 200 points of
The rock
damage.
breaks. Yeah, the rock breaks.
I'm gonna make my deck save and use your reaction to take no damage.
Shield
Okay, anyway,
Shield
anyway.
So, I think it was like it's either he is Maribs or Maribs is the cause of it.
We've got bits and pieces. I don't remember the bits and pieces as a player, but
Out of character, bits and pieces, because we know that Umbrus
yes.
is a
Thank you.
dragon rider. Yeah. Oh no, this is just me canonically making the guy's name Umbrus by everyone who knows him.
Don't you dare. Don't you
or
dare.
everyone who doesn't know. So he's gonna come and be like, "Oh yes, we must go fight Maribs." And,
I will give
and
you.
the big bad's gonna be.
I will
the
give
big
you
bad's gonna be like,
negative inspiration.
Why do they keep saying? Why do they keep saying my name different, like wrong?
Bully him.
It's called the Long Con, Janner. Anyway, so we do know that Umbrus is a dragon rider. Then he's riding the zombified corpse of what's her face's late dragon husband.
Noctis.
Yes.
Yeah,
Noctis.
and so I'm guessing, player-wise, I would feel that Draugr is Umbrus. Like
I think
that.
that's what was implied. I could be
It
wrong. now.
would make sense since Drahast was in a Dragon Rider's tomb, just at the very basement level of it,
Yeah,
hidden away.
and it's a big shadowy. When we fought like the shadow of a big shadowy dragon, and Noctis is like a shadow dragon, or was a night dragon. I don't remember, but yeah.
Was
So
a night dragon until Umbrus slew him. Then he became an undead dragon.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would speculate with, I feel like, good accuracy that Draugr has become the being we know as Maribs. Does
Okay.
everyone agree?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
So back in character, yeah, I think that given everything we know, that what was his name? Draugr has
Dragast.
Dragast has become the entity we know as Maribs.
Umbrus.
You're really gonna drive that in, all of it. Worst is he's been popping up all over the place, and we have luck of bumping into him now and again. Well, his flunkies.
Yeah, we seem to have been disrupting a lot of his workings. So I feel like if we just keep moving forward, we're just going to somehow continue to do so. Call it fate, destiny. It's
We'll
like a track laid before us that we follow.
Etzel seems to be connecting some of the dots in his head here. There's a period of silence.
You mentioned he was capable of turning a beholder into a tyrant. You know what else of his capabilities?
I'm not sure he himself was that capable, mostly because as far as I recall, it was through his blade that the effect took manifest.
Well, I mean, he was wielding it. So, in essence,
by
I feel like, yes, he
extension,
could.
yes.
Yeah.
It could be him, could be the blade.
Could be both.
So either the blade
Could
is
just be coincidence.
either the blade be the cause of it, or he'd be using it as a focus.
Either way,
His tales are disturbing to say the least. But I only
try
have
finding one.
Sorry, what was that?
So I was just like, try fighting one.
these are all anecdotes I have to act on a little else, but once the threat to attack towers be destroyed, I will begin my research on this figure. He sounds dangerous. And if he be affiliated with the Awakened, then I can only hope efforts be made to destroy him too. Whatever the Awakened want with him, can't be in anyone's best interests. While my attention remains on your expedition, what else did you find in Drogas tomb?
Besides several tears of into the elemental planes, crossing with the Shadow Realm,
A
did
lot of rubble.
you after sealing them found this, and she's going to I'm trying to look for my feet right now, but he's going to get a vial and put that lay spark, that corrupted lay spark, onto the desk.
I say he put the small vial containing the lay spark on the desk. You can see it's unnaturally churning and sparking with the light of deformed magic within. Etzel examines it carefully, kind of plucking it up between his bejeweled gold-clawed fingers. He flicks his wrist with the other hand, and the eyes of the mask glow this radiant hue. He turns the vial one way, then the other. Then he settles it gingerly back on the desk. Vellum, you've got high enough passive insight, and you, Angus. His body language suggests repulsion, and for the first time, a slight visible tinge of apprehension.
The ley lines be the very essence of magic itself. They are where all magic flows from. Are you sure that this be what I think it is? Because if so,
Well,
then this be a grave omen.
this had been the aftermath of whatever spell they used, caused those figures into the rift, and literally opened a great rift into the Blacklands. Will you tell me?
Magic be intertwined with the ecosystem, with the creatures of this world.
He turns to all of you.
It be just as much of a part of all of us as it be a part of the world itself. All living beings have a spark of magic within them. One is rarely born without one. It takes time, study, practice, or an aberration at birth to utilize one's lay spark. Similar to exercising an atrophied muscle. You see, while every creature possesses a spark, it be minuscule and reclaimed by the ley lines upon death.
He sort of leans in with a hushed tone.
If a lay spark can be corrupted, what does that mean for those who possess such a spark? Worse yet, what does that mean for the ley lines themselves?
Kind of looks at you all in anticipation as he turns the vial with the volatile spark bouncing around in it and sort of thinks for a moment.
Yara's going to think on that.
Big thunk.
Sal
Biggest thunk.
has an odd expression. Like, of course this makes sort of sense, but at the same time, it almost looks like she already has an answer.
Yara is hesitant. Doesn't want to think on it, but it's that weight that's very on the bottom of your stomach, like ugh.
He extends a hand, and an ornate sigil-laden glass case, trimmed with golden filigrees, kind of floats off the shelf and clicks open. The vial hovers near it, and the lid pops open. And right before the corrupted ley spark can escape, you hear the vibration of potent arcane magic as the runes around the lockbox hum to life, drawing the spark into it and snapping the lid closed. And he floats the vial back over to you, Dejar.
I would like to study this.
That's the back end.
Truly learn how it came to be. Its effects, its implications, the true nature of this corruption and how it can be dealt with. As you are the vanguard to discover this, I can send you information on the progress of my research when I have time.
That would be appreciated.
But for the most part,
Many thanks.
from what I read here, much of the rifts and tears have been resealed. It seems that
Yeah.
for any future expeditions, perhaps specialist delvers who are competent in dealing with the undead would recommended. I will reach out to the Van Zalen tables for that.
Please do.
Etzel's mask lingers on you, Dejar, for a thoughtful moment. And you recall back when you left his sanctum with less than amicable relations.
Thank you for that, Dejar. I thank all of you for your effort.
And with that, with a flick of his finger, all of the parchment papers file back into the scroll case and it floats over to his stone desk for later study and contemplation.
And as promised, you are to be rewarded for your efforts.
And, another wave of the hand, and from a high up shelf, a familiar-looking satchel floats over to your group. A bag of holding.
I have examined the artifacts and judged their worth. As agreed upon,
And he looks over to Angus.
within this bag you will find a number of ley stones, equal to the worth of every artifact collected. As a sign of good faith, since you did not manage to retrieve Dark Ruin due to circumstances out of your control, I will instead consider resealing of the rifts. As I trust the notes of Miss O'Neary and the valuable information concerning the creation of adamantine, a sound substitution for its reward. And since you have granted me the knowledge of how to create such a long-lost material, I, in turn, grant you the knowledge of obsidian refinement. There are not many outside of the dynasty which hold this knowledge. Consider that the dynasty has put its trust in you, that you will not act against its interests. Your actions so far have reflected positively.
And he
I do have a question, if I may.
He nods towards you.
The knowledge we brought you, what do you plan on doing with it next?
I plan on studying the alchemical compositions of adamantine. As for the rest of the dynasty, and perhaps those beyond, it may take some time to find the exact methods of replicating this recipe.
He gestures to the notes that you gave him.
Forbidden plans for the use of these metallurgical discoveries, I cannot see. But I would imagine adamantine has its uses in creating sound structural scaffolds, shall we say.
I'll be honest with you, as that courtesy is returned. There was a time not long ago where the desire to make the ill intent, the desire to want this metal for nasty means, I was forced to go along with that for a short time, against my will. I have my worries that when it's out of my sight, the method and means, it'll be used to harm people. And I know all metal in the world has potential, but I know enough to know it's the people who hold the knowledge of it at the same time.
Then you should have fucking kept it to yourself.
We'll talk about this outside, Angus.
You can't just... Fine.
Know this.
Outside it is. And he just nods and he turns to... And he goes...
Know this. Refined obsidian is often used in the practice of mage hunting. It too can be used for great harm. But I put my trust in you. That you will see, that you will find wisdom in its methods of use. Just as you put trust trust in me to find wisdom in the use of adamantine. I will not squander that trust as long as you do not squander mine.
I know the harm things like this can bring.
And with that, he floats over a well-decorated lockbox covered in glistening golden filigrees that looks like coiling serpents, as well as that bag of holding. And I will stick
Oh,
that.
sweet free box.
There you go. And he then floats. He floats those 4 weapons, kind of storing them on the shelf for now, for later study, as well as the awakened dagger and the awakened robes. He seems very intent on studying those as well.
You mind if I take the bag?
I assume I don't know. Oh right, yeah, because it's got everything in it.
Oh, hang on.
I mean, we can leave it there and divvy it out if you want, or if you want to just like.
Oh, why is that not dragged over all of the other components, the rewards? Hang on. Let me just fix that real quick.
Bag of holding, pile with bag of holding.
Well,
Yeah.
the bag is a bunch of laystones, right? So isn't the box
Yeah,
itself?
just create a pile with all the stuff in it, because then we
Yeah.
can divvy it out now and save us faffing about with trading later.
There we go. And that. There you go, that should be updated for you. So, total is 70 laystones.
God damn.
The method of obsidian refinement, and 1 bag of holding.
That's a lot of laystone.
Take the bag as well. Creating a bag of holding I consider to be child's play.
Okay, so before we go crazy and loot things.
We can turn the bag of holding inside out.
Oh god.
Oh no.
So like
Oh my God,
numbers wise, how are we divvying this out? Let's get that out of the way now, so we don't have to do it later.
I mean, who here uses laystones? That's going to greatly aid with like seeing who gets what. Like,
I mean,
guess-
I'll admit it is just the crafters, but I wanted to be inclusive, okay?
That would be the Shar, Sao, and Angus, because Laystone magic crafting.
Mhm.
And Vellum, because it does go in some of my tool upgrades.
I
And we
mean,
need them for
yeah,
tool
but
upgrades.
you're not a magic caster.
It doesn't matter because regardless if you, for a lot of the material that we need to craft in gets higher in DC, and for that you need to upgrade your tools. You just need
I mean,
to
it's
turn
not
into
just tools.
dust.
There's a lot of things that do require the dust as an ingredient, regardless of if they're magical or not. I'm not saying,
aware,
like,
but I'm aware, but it's like the magic boys and girls should probably.
Oh yeah, you should get the lion's share of it. I'm not saying like equal amounts to Vellum. I'm saying like if you could toss a few Vellum's way, that'd be great.
Plus, you can.
We could just
Better than
ask.
Demi.
We could just ask for 2 more laystones so you can divide it up by 4 equally.
But the Ducky raises a good point in that like the magic focused people are going to be using them more. So like
Then
I don't need
do
I don't need a
20
huge amount.
each and then 10 for vellum.
Yeah,
we go.
just do it that way.
Does that seem fair for everyone?
You're cool with it.
I'm not getting it. I'm just here to help y'all.
Thank you for being the voice of reason. So I guess I'll take 10, and then the rest of you can take your representative.
What about the jeweled lockbox? What does that have?
That contains the scroll of obsidian refinement.
I want a shiny box as well.
Throw a shiny box on the ground.
You know,
I still got that sunburst lockbox that Grunka found with that necklace in, and I keep a seed in it. So boxes are fun.
you know what? Considering that you've been so open with information from him, I'm sure he's willing to grant you a shiny lockbox.
The box.
It's like, ah, here's a box. Ah, cool.
Here's the scroll.
Takes
You
the
can keep
entire box. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There you go. One knockbox.
As we're gathering all this stuff, Sao is gonna head out of the room to primarily find Angus.
Yeah, you gotta give him his share and check he's okay.
Angus, a little short bit of way. Probably at some seating area. And he's just, he's probably just staring down, looking at a family crest with a very upset expression on his face. Eddie, if you approach him, or are you just looking?
He is looking first and foremost, but gauging by the expression he has, you can kind of tell this is less than an opportune time to probably talk to him. So, at most, she's just gonna come closer and gesture to sit beside him.
He'll sort of look up with a furrowed brow, kind of ease and... Alright. Go ahead. And he scooches over.
He takes a seat and just waits a bit, long enough that it's, well, not immediately coming out, but also not too long to make it awkward. So, you want to talk about it?
I wanna scream about it. I don't feel happy when promises are broken, where promises are made that can't be kept. Especially when you know you can't keep them. I feel fucking used. I wish I never told him. I know this is gonna come back. We're gonna see weapons made out of that. And they're gonna go against Malin's own.
Information is much like war. It's an arms race. Secrets, lies, misdirection, and promises too.
I wish I didn't have to go to war with a friend.
Nobody does. No one
Hey.
really wants to go to war.
Not the war itself.
My best advice right now is that I don't know what to do.
Well, that's
I wish I
something I can agree with. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. And I don't like it when I don't know. I want to say you should talk to him.
If I do anytime soon, I'm gonna hit him. I don't want to talk to him. I want to scream at him and I want to get it out. But I don't want to talk to him. You don't break a promise. Anyway, so which one of the weapons did you end up keeping?
I mean, I checked out all of them.
I mean, but did you end up keeping any from the Horde?
Of the artifact ones we
Yeah.
found?
Yeah.
No.
Unnegotiated so we could keep them.
He is currently
You get paid less, but
he is currently keeping them for study.
oh, so alright. Tidied them all in then. Alright, I thought Liska for sure would want to keep that whip.
Hmm.
Right. Did you go
I'm-
with the platinum or the lace stone?
Oh, we got Laystone.
Good.
Some 70 odd pieces.
Good. I negotiated hard for that.
I can tell. I was half expecting a single piece per person.
No. No. I made sure we got a fair share. I'll be wanting a sizable chunk. And imagine you as well. What with your airship probably needing them. And
Yeah, I've done
the jar, I don't know what she'll
some
use it
plan.
for, but she'll benefit.
Hmm. I've done some modifications to my plans, so a lot of things have changed slightly. But right now I'm just glad we're all alive.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing. We're alive.
Things got a little too close. There.
Well, ancient and powerful evils need ancient and powerful magics to combat them. If I was able to do my share in saving souls, then I feel all is well.
Like jumping practically headfirst into the maw of it. Just sort of gives him a sort of not side eye, but like you were pushing your luck there.
Listen, dwarves are renowned hardy and tough and chewy with a very gristly, gamey center. I don't think they would have kept me in there for long. Still, I'm glad you made it through.
I've had my own brush with, you know. And I don't want anyone else to experience that.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. Alright, I have a little bit of calm to me. If they've got the loot over there, let's go get our share. I I'm going to be greedy. I negotiated us from nothing to that. I want a lion's share. I feel that's fair. Otherwise, we would have had nothing without my efforts.
You are nothing if but a man of a good bargain.
Well, I'm a man of a fair shake. Let's go see how much they've got, and then start divvying it up, hey?
Aye.
I don't want to go back in the room. Let's... Who has...
I'll probably go back in and get them out. I'm sure the Shah would like to spend a little bit of while here.
I'm certain. Also, I wanted to talk to her. Now's a good time, isn't he? Does this place have a fucking cafeteria of sorts? As he sort of looks around. Let's meet up and have a discussion. The three of us.
All right. So, as you all kind of begin divvying out those rewards in Etzel's study here, he continues.
For the rest of your visit here, the contributions you have given and the knowledge you have shared be more than enough payment should you desire to venture out into the archives here, seek knowledge for your own purposes. I have my own extensive studies to attend to. I shall not keep you. When I do discover anything of importance, I shall deliver a message. You may leave.
He gives you all a nod.
As they're probably about to leave, I would probably peek back in and just sort of look to the others and then look to Itzel for a moment. As she sort of walks a little up and closer. Question about the weapons.
Etzel silently turns towards you.
Will you be keeping them for long, or are we allowed to take them with us?
I will be studying them
I'm-
for this. Why?
Mostly curious about the time frame.
His golden mask tilts.
You wish to keep the weapons?
As far as I talked with Angus regarding it, he negotiated us being able to keep some.
So as far as I'm aware, I don't believe keeping the weapons was part of the deal. It was paying you in.
Keep this simple. A payment equal to each weapon's worth in either Laystone or Platinum. Bring anything you find. See what you wish to claim.
Right. Okay.
His words. We may claim.
Okay.
Now, our Laystone payment will go down because we're keeping the weapon. We're not turning it in.
I thought, I'm sorry. I thought the whole premise of this thing was so he can keep the weapons and research them. Like, why would he agree to not keeping the weapons? That doesn't make sense on his behalf.
Feels a little counter for him
Yeah.
to send people into danger just
So-
to get things and then give it back to the people.
Yeah. So
Oh,
from
not necessarily even give it back. He wouldn't pay us, but we would keep the item.
Well, I always thought it was like the weapons, like.
Well, that's
the
from my
weapons are
understanding. He gave me
absolutely
one
his.
sentence.
I thought the weapons were absolutely him, but then he's literally like, you have carte blanche to literally everything else you find. Like, I thought that was Like as long as
That
he gets the
I was
weapons.
thinking that might have been it, but his response was like so open-ended.
Okay. Okay. So yeah.
I think that may have just been a janitor.
Yeah. That. Yeah. Okay. That's on me for not making it clear. So basically, just to keep this brief, he's giving you he was giving you effectively carte blanche to keep anything else you find in the tomb, any artifacts, but the main 5 artifacts, the Akteshi weapons, he wanted to keep.
Okay.
Sorry if that wasn't clear.
Well, our Laystone payment is quite big anyway.
Very substantial.
Yeah,
Those
70.
lasers are worth a
70
lot.
leystones is like 7 times what I thought we'd get.
Yeah. Plus for like high
So
level
there's 40 laying on
magic
the
item
floor, so
crafting.
whoever hasn't taken theirs, take theirs. 'Cause it's just sitting on the floor right now.
Yeah, there's 40 leystones there for anyone to claim if they want.
Well, before we got to the looting, that's why what Angus was saying, he wanted to talk about that. Because he's gonna want half.
Right, okay.
So before actually go divvying things up,
Mhm.
I guess I guess maybe over the earring or something, call out to Dejar. Oh, last, I heard you
Yeah.
got the stones. Would you meet me outside then? I wish to discuss divvying them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a look just on her face like, alright.
So the Zakazel guardsmen sort of usher you out. The massive stone, the massive golden doors clank and groan, closed upon their own accord. And for the moment, the massive stone jaws of the serpent part once more, and a series of golden discs are conjured for you. You're ferried back down to the main thoroughfare of the library proper, and the guards return to their duties.
Just before you change scene,
Mm-hmm.
we were divvying them out, so it's 20 per the caster crafters and 10 for
Yep.
vellum.
Yep.
Yes?
Feel free to.
That was the original thing.
Before
but I
we
think-
divvy
yeah,
it out,
yeah,
before
Yeah,
we
that's
actually
what
go
I was about to
looting,
say.
yeah. Do some negotiations.
this is why I'm saying,
beforehand.
hold on, pause.
Yeah.
Negotiations before we go grabbing. Did you say we had, what was it, 70?
There
What
was
we had?
7-0,
what-
yes.
There was 70,
70, okay.
70 in total. I think someone already took 30.
I took
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
and I think somebody took their requisite 20, but I can easily put that back in the pile.
Yeah, that was me.
Before we would go off and looting, Angus wants to talk to the casters.
Okay.
So let's just assume that nothing's been taken
Is this
yet,
still in the
'cause
throne room, or is this after we get brought down?
We've been ushered out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just not changing the
I
scene
just
because the
wanted to
pile's
ask
there.
about the weapons briefly. Yeah. But before Sao leaves, fully, she'll offhandedly mention to Itzel that she also would like to get notes on the weapons as they piqued her interest due to the ancient level of enchantment that were put into them.
I'd say sure. Etzel's more than happy to provide that information to you once he's done his research.
Friendship.
Yes, and I'll
Because,
also mark that quest as complete. You now have 2 allies. You have Ida and Etzel as 2 allies at your disposal.
Wow, Thule, sorry.
Well, you,
Not
Well,
important
just kidding.
enough.
I'm just kidding.
there is a
I
very,
I understand what you mean. It's one of those like mechanical things of like you now have like this contact that you can. Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. I'm just.
He's
I'm
an
just fucking with
attaché.
you.
there is a very
Not
specific quest that you embarked on, Liska, for Tulia as an ally.
Oh,
An ally in
There
several
is.
quotation marks.
ally. The quest of clapped cheeks.
Shush.
No, yeah, I remember. I
we're all-
remember this.
we're all
Yeah.
terrible. There's one note I actually want to bring up real quick. We just got an extra bag of holding.
Yes, you did.
True.
Who's getting it?
Who hasn't got one?
I can give it, trade it to whoever.
Ooh, thunderbolts and lightning. Can y'all hear that thunder?
Very, very frightening.
Kinda, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not quite. I mean,
Hopefully, you
I'm
don't lose
also on the
power.
other side of the ocean, so.
I mean, through my mic. Come on, Doug. Liska will, like, as we're sitting there looking in the bag, and Liska's be like, "You should turn it inside out."
Jaro would just, while holding the bag, look to Liska with almost. There's just a slight flash on her face of like horror before just. No. No.
Out of
you
character,
just-
isn't that the thing you do when you just want to empty it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, but I
Dejar
think
says
it's
no.
still full, technically.
Well,
I mean,
let's
it's-
get the things
it's
we
just-
need. Let's get
it's
the
just
things we
70
need out of it
waystones.
first, and then
Mhm.
see what else is in there.
So, wait, did Jar come, or is Angus still waiting?
I think we're on our way out.
People
We've
are
just been
leaving the
ushered out.
room.
Okay.
Yep,
Leaving the room.
we've all just been ushered out, so we're all in the same space now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Angus is going to look towards the crafters, because they're the ones that would benefit from the stones, and say, "Right, so I reached out to him, and I negotiated that payment up from basically nothing to that. How many stones did we get?"
Counting up about 70.
Right? Then I would like about 35.
That's more than fair. You're one of the more likely to use them, and like you said, you put the work in.
Is all well with that?
I have no fucks to give.
Grand. Before I just start scooping them up, I felt it's fair, since we wouldn't have it without my efforts, so lion's share seems right. And the same applies for whatever you get from your efforts in the future. But I don't want to just take and not speak.
That's more than fair.
Right.
I mean, I know I'm not going to be using them as much as you and Sao, or even Dejar, but I may need a couple to work on some projects.
If you need them, just ask me and I can probably turn them to dust. I have one already, if you need it.
I'll have a look and see what I need to do first.
Alright. Shit, it's expensive.
It's fucking valuable.
Yeah, 500
Good
gold.
job, Angus. So,
Yeah, if you don't, like, if y'all decide not to use some of that, you can just sell it and just make a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
I'd
that-
rather
that's
have it
a
just keep it for the rest of
total
the campaign.
total value of about 35,000 golds worth of laystone in that deal.
God damn.
Jeez. I mean, it's valuable for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You really only
You know,
taken
it's-
5?
There's only 5 left.
That's all that was left in the pile.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. I'll give you
Yeah.
whatever I got.
I think for folks that grab things preemptively before we actually agreed in character how to divvy up the loot.
Well, I mean, I did say as a player we should figure it out so we're not faffing about, but
I agree.
understandable. How the fuck do I trade again? Request trade. There we go.
That's the fun part, is in his tower, Angus still has that massive him-sized chunk
Hmm.
Fucking.
that it's unworked really, so he has to do that. But he's got a huge piece of laystone.
So, I've also made available for all of you the various recipes that include infused obsidian in the crafting.
I noticed. They're quite juicy.
Ooh.
There you go, Ducko. There's all the laystone I got.
Thank you.
I'll just have to bother Snick later.
Yeah.
Grind. Grind, laystone monkey.
I'm going to hurt you so much.
Look, we need some levity.
Random
Things are
book of
very
lore.
tense.
Oh, doesn't actually have any word in it. Nice. I was just looking through my inventory. It's just like, what the fuck is it? Like, I clicked on it to be like, what does it say? And it's just like, nope, just a book of lore. It's like, oh, cool. All right.
Sick.
It's like, sweet.
This lore book has lore in it. Take my word for it.
Yes.
Is that trade going through on your end, Ducky? Or is it being
It still
stupid?
says you haven't clicked accept.
Alrighty, well, let's just throw it on the floor like a smart person. Let's say it's incredibly valuable material that we just worked for, and you eat it on the ground.
No, you gently place it on the ground, you dingus.
There you go.
Just
While they're kind of
Throwing
You know,
gemstones.
yeah, while all the crafters / casters are like circle jerking you around the laystones, Liska's gonna come up to Angus, and she's going to pull out her. She's gonna pull out her normal bloody mallet and then the double shot, like the double strength bloody mallet, and hold out to Angus. Be like, Angus, I was wondering perhaps if, like, I was using this in that last fight, and it, it helps quite a bit, but it's also very expensive, and I don't know how to, like, it seems to be very rare, given that I've only seen it in one place. But it is kind of magical alcohol, and that makes me think that it's in your, that kind of fits your interests.
It does.
Do you think that you can perhaps kind of take a look at it, kind of try to break it down, maybe
He
Make
has some
some
wiggly
for-
fingers.
make some for me?
Grab your hands. Give me.
May I?
Grab your hands.
You're just gonna go over and boom, and just. Oh, pungent aroma. Mm. He's gonna have the slightest little sip, as you would to figure out what a potion does.
Yep.
Right. You taste essences of very, very strong ale. Is this the single or double shot?
She's told, like, she held out both of them,
Okay.
so
He'll just go with the single, I guess.
All right. Very, very strong odors of ale. Very sweet. Lots of honey. Peppers as well. Peppercorn. Various various bitter spices. Weirdly enough, tomato as well.
yeah, let me see, can I link it with that? Actually,
What the fuck is this? Is this just alcoholic
It's-
nature?
no, it's a Bloody Mary. It's a
Basically,
Bloody
yes.
Mary.
It's a magical Bloody Mary.
Yeah, it's vodka, tomato juice, and a lot of spice. Pretty much. I don't think I can link it without.
Actually, hold it.
Like, if I click on it, it's not like the Book of Lore where
Oh,
it's just like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you want me to link the info?
You might just
but-
need to take like a screenshot or something.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I already have it.
All right.
Here, I'll
So,
throw it down. Oh, you good?
yeah, I'm throwing. Do you want me to put it in Party Cat?
Yeah, I got it.
There you go.
So yeah, it's describing a Bloody Mary.
Imagine if a Bloody Mary actually gave you that effect.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And that's the single. So the normal Bloody Mary, I get a free extra reaction for 1 minute, and then the double strength gives me a free extra reaction every round for a full minute, which is the better one.
We're gonna need to give you one of them fucking mugs that basically makes drinking alcoholic things non-alcoholic. Otherwise, you're gonna have alcohol poisoning.
I mean, Liska has
She's a
pretty good resistant, like, constitution. I feel like she's all right.
She's a big girl. She can handle her alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably like a fucking
There's
thimble
the
to...
double strength.
You also have to consider that these are technically like potions, so they're still like normal sized, so they're not like Liska sized drinks. They're like
So if
normal
they were Liska-sized drinks,
These are more shots for Liska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably a
God.
little bit bigger than a shot, but
Battle shots.
Yeah, yeah.
battle shots.
Imagine going to like a shop ran by mountain folk and they're selling them in that size.
Oh God.
It's like mountain folk size. Like, yeah, here's your bloody mallet. It's like,
yeah,
wait, what?
here's your shot, hands you a hogshead's worth of drink.
Yeah,
Here's-
it's just like a fucking gallon of.
Here's your
It's like, oh yeah, here's your potion, hands you a wine bottle.
no. It's more like here's your shot, miss.
Yeah.
A tankard, at least.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. So as you begin to sort of smelling those faint essences in this alcohol, Angus, go ahead and just make me like. I'll say either an Arcana or a Nature check with advantage. Actually, no. Let's make this like a wisdom thing, because you're pretty experienced with ales.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Do you have like
alcohol
brewing kit proficiencies?
I'm not
or-
proficient. I'm not proficient with it yet. I've been trying to train, but because with all the travel and no downtime, I haven't been able to train.
Well, that's
So-
what coffee's
So-
for.
So I say I'll say this will be more of a medicine check, shall we say?
I mean,
Let me understand the poison.
Indeed.
it is a poison.
Yeah,
You
medicine
can
check
always guidance yourself and
with advantage.
peeps trying to
Yeah,
help.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Hmm.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get help from Mikey.
There you go. Well, I mean, you've already got advantage, so yeah, roll again. 16.
No, he's got that special
16.
feature, remember?
And roll that
What's the
the
D4?
guidance.
18.
And Sao is just gonna come rocking up, sort of next to him, and just be like, remember, small taste on the tongue. And you get plus 4.
All right.
Plus 2.
So 22. Well, the 22 you get you know exactly what goes into both the single and double strength. Okay, so basically, a bloody mammoth, you'll need 1 pint of ale, 1 handful of peppercorn, 2 handfuls of various spices, 1 tomato, and 2 lay root. For the double strength,
please.
that's
Twice as much.
that's in the mastercrafted menu under brewing.
Oh, perfect.
For the double strength, you'll need a lot stronger alcohol. Joran vodka is what you'll need.
It's hard to get. Damn it.
It is hard to
I mean,
get, but
Because it's powerful.
yeah. You also have the peppercorn. You'll need 10 lots of exotic spices, 1 tomato, and 20 lay root. And that's 2 work days, tool check DC of 25 with your brewer's supplies or alchemist's supplies.
Nice.
It's also something we can do a little bit of a joint effort in to Grunka's
Yes.
scavenging ability.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, get some little lay roots up and
Yeah.
I have so many roots and lay sparks, I can basically make you a lot. So you're fine. But we still need more roots.
I have an awkward question. What happens if we make fungus beer from stuff that Grunka usually finds?
It'll be delicious.
First off, we need
I
to
don't know,
know
mate, I
if
can-
the fungus
It'd be,
It'll
safe.
be very
it'd be a very
savory.
savory beer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need, but we need to make sure that the fungus that we choose is safe first.
you know which person's oh god, I fucked up the phrasing for that. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
What?
You know whose is the favorite fungus? Oh fuck! I was gonna make like a your mom umami joke. It's the favorite drink of umami.
No. Moment's
I
passed
see
now.
where you're
Moment's
going
passed.
with it, but
No, listen. All right, I need more alcohol. That'll help.
Yeah, that'll help.
it's fine.
So, what would you all like to do here?
So we teleport
RP
to...
moment to Dejar.
Oh,
There you
Yes,
go.
that was next on the docket.
Since she's here and we're going over everything. Oh, last before you leave, Dejar, come here. I have something. Sorry, as he's tasting the last bit of that bloody mouth. Come here, lass. So,
Okay.
this seems like just the place I would need to go to learn about. He sort of leans in close. He covers the side of his mouth with a hand as he leans to her. Brewing coffee.
We're trying to find the cafeteria.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to make coffee.
I know you're trying to find the cafeteria.
Oh. I see. I had this idea, you see, about a way to get coffee but make it very concentrated. Maybe invent some new machine that makes like having 10 cups of coffee in one.
Is Angus going
Ross-
to try and invent an espresso machine?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
yeah. It's like 10 cups of coffee in one. Like an express way to get coffee.
Yeah,
That's what we'll call it. Espresso.
it's very, very convenient. And listen,
Suddenly we have dwarfs that speak
I'm not
within
going to be
Italian.
sleeping for a long time. I'm on a very tight schedule. I really want to study and learn things, but I'm being told I can't. The only way to do it is if I don't sleep at night.
That's gonna sure, but you're gonna have to find. I'm gonna have to show you how to make it regularly first. Then you can.
Yes,
Yes. So
that's
we'll
why I'm
have to-
going to you. You would
we'll
know.
have to make a detour from here left. While they're talking, she'll be
Walk and talk.
going.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically. So going
All
left
right.
down here and take the right, and we should be at the cafeteria.
Okay, so
Perfect.
you do make your way to. It's not like it's. We're not talking like modern cafeteria here. This isn't. You're not going to find a Starbucks in the library of Quetzali, but
Oh no!
yeah.
It's probably like a kitchen, like just a kitchenette somewhere.
Yeah. You can see. Well, the first thing you immediately smell is the familiar scent of coffee beans. Unfamiliar to you, Angus. You haven't smelled this much before, but this is very familiar to you. Dejar, as you kind of flick out your tongue to taste the air. It's that's the first thing you notice, and you then notice across the side, along a series of long polished stone altars, are bags and bags and bags of coffee beans, raw coffee beans harvested from the Tanzan wilds. And you can see a number of individuals, a number of archivists are sort of placing these ceramic cups on these strange disc-like runes across some of these altars, pouring a number of pouring jugs of water in them, and with mortars and pestles, sort of grinding up these coffee beans into this very fine powder before putting the powder into the now steaming water. You can see these sigils The disc-like sigils are glowing this orange glow beneath these ceramic cups, and you can see steam beginning to emit from the mugs themselves. Some sort of method of boiling water here. A magical method. It seems as though they are doing a very simple method of infusing the water with the ground coffee. They seem to be taking their coffee black, very black. As I've said before, very little milk in the Toshin dynasty.
Who needs milk? I like it black.
You gather the individuals being served this are on extended bouts of research and their own studies.
Yeah, there's a technique to get rid of the bitterness that starts talking to Angus that I've learned from Reinhold. I don't share it else with anyone because just taking the coffee black will... Have you ever had bitter medicine before? Think of it like that. A really hot cup of bitter medicine.
Oh, that's how you know it's effective.
Well, if you want a...
The worse a medicine tastes, the better it is for you.
Yes, but if you want a nice cup of coffee, you usually, this is from Reinhold's recommendation, you take the coffee grounds and you mix it in with a little water and an egg. An egg. It's basic. You're using the egg as a binder and as a filter. It also collects all the bitterness out of the coffee. When you pour the boiling water in, it's basically like a natural filter.
Egg.
An egg.
And he's just thinking in his... you can almost imagine him. He's thinking. You can almost see the thought bubble above his head of a mug full of a brown omelet.
No.
You also know, Tajar, that there is another method of using sugarcane to offset the sweetness. Yes, to offset the bitterness.
Yep. Now, there's two ways, but I'm gonna show you my favorite method, and then what we normally do in the Qasali library. As I was saying, take the coffee grounds, combine it with the egg, a little water, in a boiling pot of water. You put the sludge in and let it boil. So it keeps the coffee. Take the pot off, and then you put cold water
when do you
into
have the omelet?
It don't.
But there's
to me.
egg.
Angus Brackenrick, can you listen to me, please? I'm almost done. Almost done. Get into that part. The omelet, as you were referring to, that's in the pot of the boiling water, you put cold water into it, and the omelet, quote unquote, sinks, and then you pour the coffee into a cup. It having now a mild flavor. The omelet that's holding the coffee grounds is at the bottom. You don't want to eat that.
What if you could? So wait, why are you using an egg if you don't eat the egg?
It is a filter.
Why do you need a filter?
Do you want to eat the coffee grounds as you drink it?
I wouldn't.
So that's the reason why you use an egg.
But I don't need an egg to filter. Dwarves come with their own filters. And he kind of brushes his mustache.
Well, Angus, not everyone is a dwarf, sadly.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be... He kind of squints at you. Scalist? I just realized you can't have a mustache. Oh, my condolences. I just thought you were shaving in the morning.
The shark just gives a very just
Forget she's a woman, is marveled by the lack of hair, and thinks she shaves.
You know what? I'm gonna let it slide because
I didn't say I forgot.
Dwarven women do shave. That is a known fact.
Hey, it's only a little bit more to trim up the sideburns, though. Oh, you find a lass with thick, luscious, but well-trimmed sideburns. Oh, she'll fetch a fair price to any king.
I mean, fair.
Anyway, I would like to have some of this coffee.
Now, would you like to have a very sweet beverage or?
No, I want the strong medicine, please.
Right, it is. She will hail one with the archivist.
So, okay, easy enough to provide a coffee, a mug of coffee for you. Sort of clay ceramic mugs. Very plain. It is effectively just ground coffee ground coffee beans diffused in water, and you can see they are using filters, but not eggs. They don't appear to be using eggs as filters. More like a sort of
thin, fibrous paper material.
Yes, yes.
So, I have a question. Why not just use a cheesecloth? It seems like I could have had the egg for breakfast. I mean, it's creative, I'll give you that. But why not just,
You're asking a snake.
Who knows? Maybe Dejar prefers eggs.
Oh no! They're lactose intolerant. They never needed cheesecloths.
That's so much.
This guy's gonna be like, I was just thinking the fact that the shutter just doesn't chew, she just swallows everything whole, so she probably doesn't even think about, like, omelets.
That's true. You don't even have molars. How can you chew? Oh, I need to start getting better food for you. That's
Dejar,
made for
have you ever had the yolk of an egg?
What?
Oh my god.
What are you guys even talking about?
She doesn't even.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Is Grunter around when this is happening?
He was leading the group.
I mean, probably.
So,
in all honesty, probably.
Yeah, Janner. It's what's going on in Grunka's head. He's very distraught about all this new information about snakes and snake people.
This will never be lived down. God damn it.
Oh man, I missed the snake bullying.
But yes, TLDR, you are provided with a very, very bitter black coffee. No granules. It is very smooth, frothy, as frothy as it can be without milk. You are also offered a single sort of sugar cane, trimmed down, sort of. Give it a stir. Maybe sweeten it a bit.
Hold the sugar. I have an idea. I've got something that's already sweetened. Alright. And he pulls out his little flask of ale.
Hello?
Hello, Evan, we hear you.
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, sorry. for some reason, just everything went completely silent. I was like, "Is
dear.
did something
The
happen?"
No, but Angus is
Interesting,
about
yeah.
to invent the Irish coffee.
I thought you were
He's
gonna put
taking
chocolate
his-
in it.
The first
How
mocha.
I mean, that will have to be next. He's gonna add his little sweet, nice alcoholic beverages. Oh. Yeah, that'll keep me awake.
All right,
Why is suddenly why? Just
I should make.
And now I'm just waiting for the experience of seeing when the caffeine hits.
assuming it already hasn't.
I should make a coffee recipe.
Jenner,
Yes.
I was just about to ask. Can I ask the guy how to make coffee?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can. You are provided with a very basic, simple recipe for black coffee. It is literally just grinding up coffee beans with a pestle and mortar, placing like a thin film of paper over the top of the mug, putting the ground up coffee granules in that paper, and then just drenching it in boiling water. It is very simple, very easy to
How
replicate.
do I make it stronger?
Well, I imagine you would put more. You would compress the coffee, put more of it in, making a very dense puck, if you will.
I see.
What if you just use the coffee as the water instead of water?
So make coffee and then make more coffee using coffee.
You, simmer it down.
Hmm.
Well, you could certainly reduce it and then I suppose add more coffee, but then you would. I would recommend against it. One of our archivist. Archivist Zema tried that a while ago. It did not. It was not very healthy for him. Let us say.
Was he a
He's the one-
dwarf?
No, he was not a dwarf.
So I have better chances.
Did will look at the archivist. He's the one who had the jitters, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and the runs as well.
Ugh.
That's why you have the egg. Got it. Right. Anyway. Do you happen to have folks here who can sell me small, common household magic items? Like for traveling, getting clean water.
We have a collection of scrolls and tomes for sale, but that is about it, really.
Just
I
scrolls and
have-
tomes, no actual trinkets themselves.
Afraid not. You would need to either go to Itzel or you would need to find such a place at the capital.
I see.
I have something
might-
for it.
Have need of one of your
That.
scrolls.
You will need to talk with one of our high archivists. They authorize the sale of scrolls in an official
Perfect.
capacity.
I will go and find one.
All right, so
Thank you, Tajar, for this. I have an idea.
For how much for a sack or two of coffee for my friend here?
let me.
I may have but a single of your finest bean.
Very well. Just take one. And he kind of rummages around in the large sack of coffee beans and just hands you a singular coffee bean.
Why are you asking for one bean?
Thank you.
Just
He ruffles in his
Keep it.
hat up in his hat, and he takes out a single little baked treat. In return, have a good day. And he kind of just nods his head, and he goes off.
He takes the treat and gives you a very peculiar look as you waddle away.
Your head has the
So-
same peculiar look.
So I have a very specific question. Is this what type of coffee bean is this?
To Google.
No. I mean, is it because
Is it raw?
the kind of I'll say because like
green,
it either
or
has
is
to
it-
be just fresh out of like the pod. Like that's the only way you'll ever grow a coffee tree from a coffee bean, because the kind of coffee beans you get before you grind them up have already been like boiled.
Oh, he's
and-
not asking for that. He asked for like one of your finest ones for it, like, you know, for making coffee.
Yeah.
Oh,
You,
okay.
you gather these have already been prepared. These have been baked.
Roasty toast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just double check, because I thought he's like, I'm gonna grow my own coffee trees.
With a dead seed. No!
It's like, no,
What
I
went
made a
wrong?
mistake.
No, see, that's the thing.
Curse
Is,
my
no,
hubris.
no, see, that's the thing.
I
he's
was gonna have a
cleric.
peanut tree, he says to the cracked open, already salted and toasted peanut.
No, you see, he's a cleric. He's gonna revive it.
I put it
My
in
God.
dirt and everything.
It's true, technically.
What do you mean you
could,
need water?
I guess. Do plants count as creatures? I guess. In some
yeah.
sense.
We're getting into druid
Depends if you ask
territory.
me.
Yeah.
Good or
Let's
not.
yeah. That's we're getting into the weeds here. Let's continue. So scroll for water. Okay. So what specific spell are you looking for?
I don't know.
Imagine just create water, right?
Probably just create water.
Create
All right.
destroy
It's on your
water,
list.
first level spell.
Okay.
It's a cleric spell.
I mean, yeah, you could probably find one of those. I don't have a vendor set up for it right now. Let me
No, that's fine.
create.
He's just going to go to him, and I guess he'll want to talk to the guy a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to chat him up.
All right. So I don't want to turn this into a shopping episode, but
Oh no, it's a roleplay moment.
oh. Okay, so you do find a quite an elderly fellow, sort of scurried away partly in a hidden corner of the library. This is the individual you are directed to. This would be Archivist Koros. Koros.
Waddles up. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I need.
Why are you
Knowledge.
shouting? I am just here.
I thought you couldn't hear me.
He kind of peers over his spectacles and small beady eyes that you can just about see between these large bushy eyebrows.
I can see it's that you cannot see me instead. Allow me to help. And he tiptoes.
Yes, what is it? You are wanting a spell scroll?
Yes. I was hoping you could help me understand how to tweak it.
Tweak a spell scroll? Well, you would need
Yes.
He kind of thinks to himself for a moment. Spellcraft is quite an intricate area of knowledge. It takes many years to master spellcrafting.
But what about rune crafting?
Now, rune crafting, I do not know much about rune crafting. That is a dwarf thing, I think.
Yes. Kind of hands on the table. I'm one of them. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I've had an idea. What if, lad, instead of a scroll of create water, I had a scroll that could create coffee?
Oh boy.
Breaking the economy one spell at a time.
A scroll of create coffee? there is
Look at this!
genuine.
He takes out his endless flask. Imagine this, but instead of alcohol, it's coffee.
Kind of thinks for a moment. Would it not be more beneficial to create a flask that creates coffee instead of no, you said a rune of create coffee.
Well, I need the spell or a scroll that does it in order to make the item that makes the coffee.
I think some. Well,
I might not have to have it. I might be able to make an empty one and then put coffee in it, and it copies that. But then I could have a really good coffee, and I was thinking maybe I make a machine that makes the coffee for me. I'm a very busy man.
This is uncharted territory for me, I'm afraid. I think it might be more beneficial for you to create perhaps a modified decanter of endless water. Turn that into coffee.
That was my thought. That's why I wanted the scroll of create water. And then maybe I can fill the decanter with coffee. But yes!
You might be able to do that. It might be much easier.
I will take your scroll. How much?
25 gold.
Deal.
Alright. And he hands you over a spell scroll of create water.
I will take off the gold to go to that. Alright.
Yep, so take off 25 gold.
I swear I can do math.
I'm just gonna make a point here. If you make a decanter of endless coffee, is it actually hot steaming coffee, or you're just gonna accidentally blast somebody with scoldering coffee out of the McDonald's?
Oh dear.
I mean, do you end up with a decanter of boiling hot mayonnaise?
No, that's true.
That would be.
It would probably be cold coffee, but there's nothing to say you can't like steam it in a cup or something.
That's what. Listen, this thing's gonna be sitting on the hot pipes of my steam hammer. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah. All right. So, I'll have to create a recipe for decanter of endless coffee. Oh, that'll be fun.
I think you could just do the decanter of endless water and then modify it later.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, Aben. It's literally just this is just one of those. Just a pot of coffee.
Pot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my silly little roleplay bit done. We
Sure.
can pan to someone else.
All right. Unless anyone has anything else they want to do, we can do some that research if you wanted.
I did want to look some things up, but I also wanted to check in on our less nerdier background folk and see if they want to do anything. Cough, cough, let's go, Grunka.
Any takers?
I mean, Grunks, you want to do anything?
What can
You
I
don't
do
have to
over
if you
here?
don't want to.
What can I do over here?
I mean, what can't you do?
Oh, that's a very good point.
You're presented with an
Hmm.
opportunity.
Let's see. Is there anything I need? I might need more bolts, honestly. Also, Jan, a question. Have the, or I guess it's for everybody, have the, like, item images broken for anyone else?
No, you need to refresh to fix that.
Some
Oh, okay.
have under the crafting thing, along with a few items in my inventory, but
Yeah, alright. I just see a lot of this.
yeah, you might need to refresh then.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, I'm
Maybe you're
gonna.
locked out. Who knows?
Could be.
tranquilizer dart.
Yes. It's the thing I tried to use on something, but barely failed. Let's see, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can go and get some more darts,
Okay.
some more bolts rather.
So,
See how many healers kits? I have 4. I might go and get some more healers kits too.
so they don't generally sell like ammunition in the library of Quetzali, but healers kits, you can certainly purchase some more of those.
Yeah.
Healers kit. Yeah, those are about those are 5 gold each.
All right.
I'll take your entire stuff.
How many do they have?
Pretty much, right?
Quite a few. Yeah. Really depends on how many you want.
Let's see. Where do I see my money?
50.
It's top of your inventory underneath. where you-
125.
Okay. Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There
they,
is.
they don't have like that many. Not 50, but we're like 20 or so.
I mean, it's
probably.
Just
Yeah, I mean,
clean
you
them out.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably.
No
buy,
one
like,
gets to heal.
Yeah. I want all your opium. All of it.
Only
Don't
good
need
can come
spice.
from this.
Yeah, it's gonna buy like 10 of them.
Okay, so mark off 50 gold.
Yeah, it's here. Let's that down to there. Alright. What other like shops and stores do they have here?
It's a library, so
Not
Or
many
anything
besides few pieces of adventuring gear. Mainly scrolls, books. The things that they are willing to sell here that are not part of their main collection. For anything like if you want to restock, you'd probably have better luck in Itzel.
which we are heading to next. So
Alright.
well, if that was it, then I'm gonna do some nerd things.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
Do they have any books?
They did.
I think they do.
Do they have any? Fantastic. Take the
Do
entire
you
stock.
have any books?
I'll take all of them.
Looks around.
I'm gonna check around and see if they have any books on either. I mean, I can guess more. I know I can't carry more than one book. I wanna see if they have books on fire elementals, the fire plane, and if they have anything on goblin history.
Okay. All right then. So since it is fairly simple to come by, given the vast collection of this library, since these are fairly detailed pieces of lore, I think it would be best if I prepare this information for you for next session. if you want to like research stuff, I would very much prefer that you DM me beforehand. And
Yeah, I just kind of like suddenly realized that, oh, yeah, maybe I can do this. There wasn't really anything planned. It's like, oh, wait, I can do this.
Yeah.
But no, I'll do that later.
Yeah, let me know what you want to research before the session starts, ideally, so that I can prepare this information to give you.
You were pinged earlier in the week.
I mean,
It's fair.
I'm an improver.
Sometimes we don't think of these things in the moment.
I'm more of an improver, so.
Yeah, it's fair.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I will get started on that before next session, and I'll give that to you immediately at the start of
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Other than that, I don't think there's anything I can really get from here.
Okay.
How much money?
Oh.
Gold for these books?
Well, the books. Oh, you want to purchase them?
Well, I mean, maybe I think the one about the Fire Realm. I think I'd like to purchase.
Okay. Well, the archivists they have no problem helping you copy down this information, so that you can take that information with you. They are very reticent to sell you parts of their collection, parts of the library's collection.
Right. And that fee, it doesn't cost any fee of them doing this?
I'd probably say that there would be a fee just to keep operations in the library running. I'll say
Cost of paper.
about 10, yeah, pretty much. About 10 gold for all of this information.
Right.
That's a good deal.
Sounds good.
All right.
My brain has expanded to a worrying
Giga brain.
Oh no, his head's even bigger now.
Oh no, I'm becoming a chihuahua.
Apple-headed Gronka.
And my eye starts to bulge.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I start to shiver.
Big throbbing
For
brain.
no reason. It's like, how is Gronka cold when he's always surrounded by fire?
Yeah. Oh god. That'll be a fun barbarian. It's just a fucking chihuahua. A chihuahua person.
Right. Liska, did you want to do anything?
Nothing that immediately comes to mind. She's just chilling. She's probably going to... I don't know. I feel like she'll probably go look for any books or knowledge on the primal deities, like the great spirits.
All right.
Like Boar or
the Pantheon of the Wild.
Yeah.
All
like
right.
check out the owl, the raven, the bull.
Okay. And what's specifically about them? Just anything of interest, or is there a specific thing you want to research?
I mean, she's going to just in general, like if she can find this is a thing on the different great spirits. Like the different Pantheon of the Wild. Like if she finds specific books, cool. But if she I imagine it's probably more of like some scholar went in to figure out what's going on with Pantheon, and he wrote just like a dissertation on the Pantheon of the Wild.
Okay. I'll give you a because there's something I have in mind, but I'm struggling to put it into words. I will gather up some very specific, interesting information for you for next session. Specifically about a strange, mostly unknown spirit of the wild, simply called Dragon.
All right.
Fuck it, we ballin'.
Okay.
Alrighty. Can I go get things? now?
Yes, yes, you can.
I asked ahead of time like a good boy.
Yes. I know you've been
Alright.
itching.
Look, I want to learn things and grow as a character. Alrighty, so thankfully I don't have to fucking pay with information like last time because Edsel was like, oh yeah, just fucking, you get free reign, whatever.
Yep, you all do.
So, firstly, I'm gonna look up some digestible information about the nature of dreams.
Okay.
Because his dream therapy got his brain going, and he wants to understand that a bit more. Now, I know if you got like text things for this to give me as a handout that I can read later, that's fine.
I do have plenty of information on that because you DM'd me before the session about this.
Yeah, but you can keep it in text and just throw it at me. So
okay, if
you
want me to just send it to you in DMs, sure, I'll go and do that.
Yeah, because then that's like something Vellum can read on the road. Because he's probably just gonna get some help transcribing that shit.
I'll also stick it in the party chat.
It's gonna be a wall, everybody.
A very
Let me just
thick
scroll back
one.
up to my list.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Different texts about the symbolic language of dreams. Different ones that believe that they're merely products of the subconscious. Others that seem to question that and theorize that they are instead glimpses into alternate dimensions or realms. Some of them that seem to communicate that they are a means of divine communication. Specifically, one manuscript from a Banzalan temple that delves into dreams as those types of messages, recounting the experiences of a devout follower who claims to have received messages, visions, and guidance from Banzala through dreams.
Fancy. I apologize, everyone. There are 2 more things.
How dare.
No, I mean, I'm expecting several more walls of text. So the next one, Vellum's going to look up the biology and reproduction of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
To understand egg.
Okay, so I believe this is fairly poignant for everyone. I think this might be worth reading aloud.
Yeah. I can read.
You
read
can
it.
tell us after you've learned on it.
Yeah. I don't want to eat up the session.
Actually,
with saying things.
we'll have Vellum delve into that
Yeah.
instead. Have him divulge that information.
Yeah, I think Vellum will sort of digest the information and then get the key points and then share whatever's useful.
Now the
But yeah,
third
we got 2 fucking eggs, and I'm concerned about egg.
you wanted to then study dragon behaviors.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do the same one again then. And then there was one very specific piece of research that I believe Dejar and Vellum were both looking to research.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. It wasn't on my original list.
Yeah, without
Yes.
yes. Okay. So we'll pan over to Dejar. You find yourself guided to a secluded alcove nestled in the depths of the library. Here you can see shelves abound with volumes bearing fanciful titles chronicling the myriad myths and legends entwining around ancient artifacts lost to time or rediscovered through happenstance. Scrolls and books narrate tales, some embellished and others entirely fictitious, weaving intricate stories around mystical weapons, blades, rings, helmets, bows, crowns. And amidst this repository of lore, Ida catches your eye. Engrossed in the deciphering of ancient scrolls, one of these parchments depicts a sketch of a crystalline skull. a familiar sight reminiscent of your shared discovery within the Stonespeaker archive. And she acknowledges your presence with a smile and a nod, quietly maintaining the hushed tone of the space. But your purpose here is focused to seek knowledge of a very specific nature, and you embark on a meticulous exploration of a well-ordered and alphabetized collection, focusing on the weaponry of antiquity, particularly melee arms. Your gaze traverses the sections from A for axes, C for clubs, D for daggers, F for flails, H for hammers, M for maces, P for pikes, S for scythes and swords. That's weird. You kind of momentarily retrace your steps and you search anew for spears, only to find the category surprisingly lacking in substance. And it's there that you see across the other side of the shelf is Vellum peering in the exact spot.
Hello.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Well, I do read, despite what people might think.
Wow.
Surprise,
Oh,
surprise.
hello, Roka.
Hello. Grook is just sitting somewhere with some scribe, like copying over some book that he found.
Just casually, wow.
Yeah, it's not related. It was just looking at. It was just reading something in the
Oh,
book.
not related.
Wow.
I thought you just took a moment, looked up, and just went, wow.
So, wow. Yeah, I can't believe what he's reading and hearing.
So, did you find a book on spears?
Well, I was looking more for swords, but it's all part and parcel, ain't it? If I get the feeling you're looking for the same kind of thing I am. And he sort of like, there's a subconscious hand put onto the hilt of his sunblade.
And just the sun staff is just, she's slightly leaning on it. I wonder.
It's at
Well,
that.
I was
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't think I'd find much of it, but thinking maybe someday I'd like to fix this thing. Put it back to its former glory.
All in good time. All roads seem to lead to one place or another.
Well, it's mostly the method that's getting me. Can't just treat this like any other blade.
Yeah, kind of like how we found those glowing stars that fell.
Well, that was a line of thinking I was taking, but I'm not touching this thing until I know more about how it's put together.
Well, if you want to help me, that would be great.
Well, let's look together then.
So, one second. I just want to clarify something with you, Vellum, because I think I know what Dejal wants to research. I just want to know if it's the same thing you're trying to do. So,
Well, Vellum is looking for information about the Sunblades, in particular, any information about how they're made, or even like who made them, because then he's got a trail to follow.
okay.
Because his goal is to repair the Sunblade, but like he said, he's not touching it with no idea of how it works, what it's made of, things like that.
So, from the various stories, being a smith yourself, a Kiteshi smith nonetheless, you've heard a number of stories and rumours about these Sunblades, about the nature of them. And from what you now know, there were only ever 100 of them that were made. But there's one specific point that repeatedly comes in, sort of nudges at your mind here. There is a distinct connection, a fundamental connection between the sun blades and something you recall hearing, an artifact called the Sun Spear.
Yeah. Everything I look at, and, well, I'll admit I skimmed through bits of it, but I feel like everything's coming up connected. It's not just the blades, they were made in a set number, and that was a long time ago, but keep having this nagging bit of thought in my mind about Sun Spear.
Well, that's what I'm looking up. Well, not only that, but the origins of them.
You notice, Bellum, as you kind of look behind Deshar, Ida's very much paying attention to this. And she seems to be listening in.
He's just gonna call her out immediately. Any insight, Miss Ida? He just sort of like leans past Dejar and says that.
Ida's voice kind of breaks the silence behind you, Dejar, and sort of you hear the elegant hoof falls of her as she approaches, and with a hushed whisper she asks, "About the Sun Spear?"
That
Yes.
seems to be the topic of the day.
That and the Sun Wardens.
I had a suspicion, given your devout beliefs, and, well, given that you're also lingering near the S for Spears category in the lost weapons section of this library.
Well, I went S for swords, but it's all the same bucket.
Yeah, I would be astonished if you stumble upon a comprehensive account of the Sun Spear here. I do possess some insight into it. Researching lost artifacts has become a personal pursuit of mine. Over time, one learns to connect disparate fragments of information, piecing together a coherent narrative, you could say. However, the Sun...
Well, I didn't think I'd find everything I needed here. Just
Yes.
a place to start. But anything that you can offer to help would be a huge boon.
The information about the Sun Spear has proved for me to be particularly elusive to uncover. The nobility of Niobe deemed it necessary to expunge much of its history centuries ago, although not all traces were eradicated. Perhaps I can divulge some of the information that I have learned over the years.
Please do. Sort of like, sure there's some part of it somewhere, he'll just grab one and it's just like, if you can write it down.
Yes,
That
yes,
would be most helpful.
please, do sit with me. And she kind of she rummages around in her small handbag of holding, and takes up a few calligrapher's tools, simple writing utensils for you all, a few pieces of parchment paper, for note taking. Right, where do I begin?
Far away.
Before the rise of the Kateshi Empire, approximately, what was it, 3,000 years ago, I believe. Come on, Simonscape, what are you doing?
Ruining your moment.
Give me some ambience.
I mean, the music's still going if that's what you're worried about.
It should be changing.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Before the rise of the Kiteshi Empire, approximately 3,000 years ago, the territory now recognized as the Kitesh subcontinent, constituting the eastern portion of Maitreya, was mired in perpetual conflict amongst numerous small kingdoms. Despite this upheaval, the ancient realm of Niobe to the southwest of this subcontinent thrived, boasting an extraordinarily sophisticated civilization. Emerging from a rebellion against the ancient magocracy of Nidea, the Niobans constructed ancient marvels, harnessing profound knowledge of ancient magics passed down from their Nidean masters. They were governed for centuries by dynasties of prophet kings, and Niobe flourished under their rule, as they drew insights from celestial phenomena, foreseeing successful harvests, war outcomes, methods to avert disasters. The Land of the Golden Sun, it was called. Across the centuries, whispers spread throughout Niobe of an ancient lich emerging in the Sulphur Sea to the north. The place being a vestige of Nidea's downfall. The Lich's forces probed Niobe's defences with sporadic assaults, preparing for an expansion of the Lich's domain. Yet, a young warrior emerged to challenge this Lich, and his name was Kitesh. Legend holds that Kitesh received divine visions from the sun god, ascending Mount Duniaji to commune directly with his deity, returning after 7 days and 7 nights. He bore a radiant spear, heralding the dawn of sun worship within Niobe and espousing unity amidst the encroaching darkness. Embarking on a crusade across the warring kingdoms to the north, Kitesh sought to forge a coalition against a common adversary. Thus, the Kiteshi Empire was formed. Handpicking 100 of his most devout followers, 10 from each nation, as the tale goes, Kitesh endowed them with blades infused with a fraction of the spear's power. This select cadre, known as the Sun Ward, was charged with safeguarding Niobe and its allies. In the event of a Sun Warden's fall, his or her blade would be reclaimed and bestowed upon a successor chosen by Kitesh. But approximately 2,500 years ago, the Tyrant Lich laid siege to Niobe, desecrating the Valley of the Prophet Kings, the resting place of Niobe's most powerful rulers, oracles, hierophants, and priests, in a bid to raise an army of ancient undead. What ensued was a decade-long conflict that nearly spelled the annihilation of Niobe, until Kitesh vanquished the Lich at the strategic choke point, now known as Kafnia Bay, halting the Lich's advance into Maitreya's heartland. Subsequently, the Lich was subdued by a tribe of Naga and incarcerated within a prison fashioned by the Sun Ward, who were then tasked with guarding his tomb for centuries to come. Kitesh bequeathed his spear to the leaders of the Sun Ward, ensuring its lineage endured. And roughly 460 years ago, during the War of the Undying, the Lich was inadvertently freed from his prison in a desperate gambit by the Sunward to combat the onslaught of undead hordes. Allegedly, the Lich possessed knowledge crucial to ending the conflict, though the veracity of such claims remains uncertain. Unsurprisingly, the Lich swiftly turned against the Sunward, decimating their ranks and raising the survivors as his... how would you explain it? His personal undead retinue.
Fucking cunt.
You could say that.
At this point, like throughout all this, Velen's been listening and jotting down notes, but like at this point in the story, the grip on the quill is very tight, and he sort of stopped writing. He's just staring down the page.
30 years after dismantling the Sunward, he recommenced his campaign to conquer Niobe over the span of 3 decades, during which a great plague called the Scarab Scourge washed over the land. And many of Niobe's merchant princes capitulated out of fear of self-preservation or fear, contributing their vast wealth to funding his conquest. By the conflict's resolution, Niobe gained a new ruler. The houses of the merchant princes assumed the mantle of loyal nobility, and according to the tales, the shattered remains of the Sun Spear now lay mounted on a broken sun disk above the Lich's throne. A grim testament to what many have since called the Land of the Broken Sun. It's all a bit tragic, really. So much history was lost, even more so after the Lich took the throne.
He's been a problem ever since.
Indeed.
Still a problem.
Sadly, that's all I've ever been able to cobble together.
Sound like that huge exposition dump is all I've been able to come
in-depth information, including dates and figures. And...
That's all I've been able to get together.
Well, a lot of that brought back memories of some old stories I heard once, but never with that much detail. So, that is a big help. Thank you, Rita.
You're quite
That
welcome.
answers quite a few questions.
I will also post that in the party chat.
Prepare for a wall.
At this point, you should probably just make threads.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make threads. The Yars.
I'm sorry.
Hearing that, the Yars gonna bid. Velen, well, he goes deeper into the library, the darker parts of the library, looking for the creation of Soulstone.
Alright.
Oh, you're going to the spooky places. Oh my god, so much information.
Right, so, there is a considerable section in this library devoted to pivotal battles throughout history, and it's within this section you stumble upon a subsection containing a diverse array of first-hand accounts of numerous generals and lieutenants, as well as poems and artworks from various famous sort of barbarian tribes. Among these are various battle plans spanning centuries. This serves as a testament to the global scale of the 100-year War of the Undying, during which nations and factions worldwide contended with various incarnations of undead, nearly bringing civilization to its knees. And within this collection, a specific segment is dedicated to the weaponry used, discovered, and devised during the conflict. There's tales recounting the deadly use of blight fog by the Awakened to poison entire settlements, raising them as thralls. Additionally, colossal constructs known as bone maws, crafted from bone and magic, functioned as living siege engines. However, your focus lies on soul stones and their creation methods. But remarkably, scant information exists on soul stones beyond numerous accounts of their utilization as potent power sources fueled by the souls of the fallen through the soul trap spell. With methods of creating these stones seemingly lost to history, adept necromancers turned to more modern spells like Soul Cage, employing easily crafted enchanted silver cages as components. But in one book that you do discover, a small passage hints at the possibility that these soul stones are fashioned from an otherworldly substance, a type of crystal predominantly found in the Blacklands. Whether these crystals possess inherent soul-absorbing properties or require a specific enchantment process for refinement into soul stones remains unclear, and the text provides little insight on the matter.
Okay, the guy is definitely going to be writing lots of notes on this and letting that stew in the back of our mind. Alright, on the depths of the library, he's going to look up something. He has an idea, I hope. Not entirely sure. Creatures that have maybe been afflicted with elemental presence, like the fire planes or the frost planes during the Kenteshi Empire, if they even existed.
So creatures that existed during the time of the Akteshi Empire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In a very sort of designated area of the library, that you see there's an expansive collection that focuses on Tanzia's natural history, resembling more of a museum exhibit than anything. You can see various uncovered fossils of remarkable creatures are on display, including complete Tyrannosaurus skeletons and meticulously taxidermied small mammals. But specifically, many exhibits showcase ancient creatures that have long been extinct, once inhabitants of Tanzia and beyond during an era when giants reigned supreme, where primal elements roamed freely. It was a time when rune magic was the sole magical practice accessible to mortals, where raw elemental power was harnessed through symbols etched into stone, wood, and metal. This was the period after the downfall of the Nephilim, replacements for the elemental titans crafted by the high heavens, and before the ascension of the Akteshi Empire, during which giants lived in clans and tribes and subdued and hunted the mightiest creatures ever witnessed. You encounter a chamber adorned with displays showcasing some of these extinct creatures of this era. Titanic creatures like spotted lions, enormous felines as large as mammoths. You see gargantuan pieces of fossilized chitin, remnants of creatures called gigants, towering insectoid creatures as large as an ancient dragon, and resembling colossal beetles. their legs terminating in sharp talons rumoured to be strong enough to transport giants to their nests for consumption. Another striking display features a massive fossilised claw from a creature called a storm crab. These colossal crustaceans as big as a house, boasting 4 monstrous claws and venomous stingers, formidable on water and land. There are various creation myths about them, rumoured to have been created by Stronmaus, the giant god of storms and seas. Just as Behears was said to be forged to combat dragons on land and rocks to fight dragons in the air, there's various texts which reiterate giant creation myths that these storm crabs were designed to engage in battles against dragon turtles and other aquatic adversaries. And entering a vast chamber with soaring vaulted ceilings, your attention is drawn to a colossal skull resembling that of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but with distinctive features. Ridged with sharp spines and standing nearly 20 feet tall, the skull itself dwarfs all surroundings, akin to the size of a small house or an oak tree. A golden plaque designates it as the most complete specimen of a Regisaur skull, ancestors to renowned theropod dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus Rex, Carnotaurus, Allosaurus, Giganotosaurus, aptly named the ruler of dinosaurs. A Regisaur was a massive predator capable of swallowing a giant whole. Its skin pulsated with veins of elemental fire. Perched on a vaulted display along a wall, you observed a massive horn, nearly 25 feet in length, once belonging to a creature known as a Ceratops. Precursors to modern trihorns like Triceratops, Styracosaurus, Centrosaurus, stretching over 200 feet from its enormous nose horn to its spiky tail. These Ceratops sported vibrant green elemental earth patterns on its thickly scaled hide, and its sheer size allowed it to trample ancient forests when provoked, with its horn alone surpassing the stature of most giants. You gaze upon... I like dinosaurs. You gaze upon a mammoth fossilized vertebra, reminiscent of about the size of an elephant. Vertebrae. Yes, a singular vertebra. Bruh. Indeed. Belonging to the ancient ancestors of numerous theropods, the Altisaur, or Altisaur rather. This titanic species, akin to a walking mountain, bore craggy spines and luminous patterns of elemental energy coursing through its hide like streams of lava, supported by 8 massive legs, each as colossal as ancient trees. It left gullies in its wake as its tail dragged across the ground, while clouds were said to have gathered around its towering head, reaching heights of up to 150 feet. And then, finally, your eyes rest upon a massive fossilized crest, once part of an Aerosaur, the ancient progenitors of most pterosaurs, comparable in size to most ancient dragons, or the most ancient dragons. The Aerosaur boasted a wingspan of nearly 200 feet, with elemental energy crackling like lightning across its scales. It is said to have created great torrents of air wherever it soared through the skies. And that's about it.
Indy's notes down. His name's down. Excellent. This is all the information she wanted.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to study?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good. We got a good amount of information.
All right. So, as you all kind of gather together once more, Ida seems to have finished. Ida has seemingly finished her research, and she briefly joins you with Tuli and says, well, given that we've gotten the go-ahead from the Archmage, Tuli and I took full advantage of that. I think we're going to do a bit more research for the rest of the day before we head to Tectahos the morning after. It's been a pleasure working with all of you.
Likewise, Tuli. Not Ida. Tuli.
Likewise to you both. It was an interesting venture.
I'm sure we'll meet again at some point in the future. Tuli nods.
Indeed.
Look forward to it.
It's time we head off to Itzel. If anyone else has any objections.
Away we go.
Alright, so, easy enough for you to do, GR. You've all been given access to the Waystone at the Crescent Falls Resort.
Question. Sorry,
Yes.
I wasn't... Like, I was doing something else. Are Ida and Tuli staying here for now?
They're staying here for now, to do a bit more research before they head off to Tectahos tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the opportunity.
Gotcha.
Do you want to stay with them?
No. Liska's going to kind of go up and sing that as they are about to kind of part ways. She's going to go up and to, I guess, go up to Ida first and just be like, it seems like this is where we will be parting ways. It has been an absolute pleasure being able to spend time with you and get to know you and kind of start this relationship. I heard kind of through the grapevine that you enjoy like a bit more of intricate or more delicate sort of jewelry, and so she's going to pull out a jeweled platinum amulet.
Ooh.
And kind of like offer it to Ida.
Ida,
It's like it's just something I happen to find, but I think with
oh,
your coloration and the platinum and plus the jewel, it fits with the way your magic glows. So I think it would look nice on you.
oh, well, thank you. I'm flattered. She takes it, and there's a smile passes across her face. Tuli helps her put it on. And hang on, what happened? What's happened to music? Oh dear.
Having a music trouble there, I see.
Yeah. Tuli helps Ida put it on. Ida does a bit of a twirl, if you will, to see how I've completely forgotten where I was. Oh no, error
How it
gateway,
looks.
code timeout.
Oh no.
There we are.
Liska's wrist is too strong.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Thank you. Where did you find it? Did you make it?
I found it back in when we were going into the Morbog. So it's one of the things that we happened to find. I looked at it with, we had like and she makes a motion like holding, like waving around a stick. We had like there was a wand that let me look at it magically, and it's not magical, but it is just very pretty. And
an old
like I
artifact
know it
from
can't really compare to you, but it is what it is.
You flatter me, Liska. Well, thank you. I'd say an ancient artifact discovered from long ago, having recently been uncovered, is fairly suitable to my profession. It's poetic in a way. Thank you.
I thought you would like it. And then she's gonna look to Thule. It's like, I was trying to think of something that would really convey the depth of the joy I had in spending time with you and you both. And I couldn't, being a druid, I know that metal is not really something that, like, I know it might have some sort of a conflicts, but I was thinking, and she like pulls out one of the elemental rings that she found, that was found in the giants. I know that this is magical, and that while it might be metal, from what I was told by the other magic folk, that it is more element than metal. And so I think that this is that I hope that you understand the sentiment that comes with that it is, I am giving you a gift of the elements rather than, just a silly ring. And while the ring is large, as soon as it's like she kind of holds a hand out, like, may I? Like holds a hand out for Thule to put her hand out. And not the left hand. We're not getting married as as certain people are saying.
Yeah.
Thule just gives a grin and says, you'll have to work on this. She seems to be referring to your quite clearly awkward demeanor, but she seems to find it endearing in a way.
Yeah, and when she, like, Liska, she's being awkward, she knows. And when she puts the ring towards Thule's finger, due to its magic nature, it actually shrinks down to fit it. And yeah, and she will kind of put it on.
That is unusual.
So I give the druid a gift of the elements. I give the scholar a gift of lore and knowledge, and I give you both the gift of myself, if ever you need it. I have this stone. You can call me. But I hope to see you again soon.
They both kind of look at each other, back to you. Likewise. Ida gives you a grin.
This kid's just kind of like awkward nod, and then really quickly hugs them both and turns away and walks away.
Awkward Liska.
Awkward hug.
Yeah.
Leaves. Good talk.
Good talk. Like, yeah, slaps both their asses. Like, good talk. Like, well done. Good job.
Charisma of 8.
I like her. Let's keep her.
Yeah, she has a charisma of 8. She really does.
Yep.
She's not fucking Zerth.
The
I
adorable
love how
flailing
confident-
Riz.
I love how confident she is in battle, but the moment it comes down to like just talking, it's just
It's
just.
Why is it
just
so
talk to
much
her. It's
easier
so
to kill
hard.
people than talk to them? Wow.
Well, okay, so she is usually extremely straightforward, but she knows that she can't be her usual straightforward self with these two. Like, she can chat up somebody like that she just wants to, go waste a few
Smash.
hours. Yeah.
Do.
But if she's like, I actually have to do relationship shit, holy fuck. And then she'll just like so
Fuck.
that's
How
where
does
the
this work?
It's the
that's where the
difference
eight
between
charisma-
successful one-liners and like the charisma to actually hold a relationship.
Yeah, that's where her 8 charisma comes in. So y'all just witness that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was adorable.
Yeah, it's oddly endearing for them, for them at least.
Like a puppy.
A giant 10-foot tall puppy.
Aw.
10-foot tall puppy.
It's the socially awkward bulldog. It's like a
Yeah.
pit bull that wants to play but doesn't realize it's 5 times larger than the toddler.
I was gonna compare it to a Labrador, but all right.
Dumb and happy. Yeah. I got you.
Well,
But Liska's not often happy.
I wouldn't
She's
say
secretly brooding inside.
I think more German Shepherd, to be honest.
Anyway,
Oh, shall
that
we?
happens.
Shall we away?
Okay.
Yeah, that
Yes.
happens. Liska
Let's
walks back
away.
to the group.
All right.
That was
So
all demonic. Only 2 of you understood that.
I bet Vellum wasn't listening because it's not his conversation.
Good.
so
Unlike Ida that listens into every conversation.
Wow, what a
For
rude
knowledge.
bitch.
So, the Jar, you begin the question: do you have teleportation circle or do you have teleportation circle prepared?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Big question, vital question there. So you begin the process of creating a teleportation circle with your magical chalk here in the center of the library, and you begin to
Probably
weave.
in a designated area.
Yeah. And you begin to weave those incantations before you are all sucked into the ground. You traverse. There's flashes of more of these long crystalline formations, darkness, underground caverns before you emerge into the designated the designated chamber that houses the Waystone in the Crescent Falls lounge.
I hate fire.
There it is.
So
Random question. What happened to the tank?
We left it here.
Yeah.
We parked everything.
it's in its
Right, so it was still at the resort.
I got a ticket here, so
I was sort of confused for a moment. because-
I got a valet ticket. Yeah.
it's like, okay, I
God,
think
it's
we're in block B.
It's been so fucking long.
It has. Don't worry, I remember where I keep my shit.
Yeah,
Right.
it should just actually be here. It's fine.
so you
Yeah, and it's gonna be safe because there's like magical protections and crap like that.
you step out into the main thoroughfare of Itzel.
Hey, shopping.
Suddenly everything's on fire.
Suddenly shopping.
Oh,
Don't mind me. Go about your business. Just looking in the store.
right. Let me go ahead and drop you all down there while the music catches up.
It's so expensive, but I need it.
I need it.
Okay. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
hey,
Spice, can I take a loan from the Bank of Sneck?
Give me 1 second. For some reason, my Discord has been acting so
Yeah, you straight up
weird.
DC'd.
Yeah, I don't know
Is it
why.
doing a thing where it's like everything's locked up but you can still hear people?
Yes. Then it.
It's been doing that for me as well. Turn off hardware acceleration.
Where is that at?
Video and audio options, I think. Or just in my... Yeah, it should be in video and audio options. It's been doing that with me as well, but usually only when streaming happens. Oh yeah, you were just streaming, that's why.
Oh,
Hardware
bitch.
acceleration is stupid. Sometimes it turns itself back on without telling you.
I
For
turned that shit
Angus, he should probably check out the Claude Armory.
Thank God. Thank you.
We got new
They
shit
have
in.
Pound of Dune steel for sale.
Oh wait, God, no, they shouldn't have fucking done.
Is this another case of
Yeah.
it's pulled from a pool and it shouldn't have?
Yeah. Hang on.
Where is the?
Yeah, I'd love
Oh,
to know
here
how
it
they
is.
got that.
No, they would not have that.
Oh, sorry guys, I sold it. My bad.
Oh, whoops. No ores though, which is interesting.
Ooh, wait a
Because
minute.
they're on
Hold
for
up.
my games, damn it.
Oh, Flame
up.
Tome Greatsword. Nice.
We got this one
Hold
motherfucker who
on.
comes in, buys all the ores, and then fucking sells the platinum bars back. We gotta put a stop
Yeah.
to him.
Where's it? Where's it? Oh, hold on. I need to get my money. Okay, first off, it just rang into my head. What do you mean, the bank of snake?
I'm
What the fuck
joking,
you talk
'cause
about?
I'm joking because I think you have some of the most money, but I should be able to afford it.
Oh, goddamn, I
I
should
don't get
have
why
checked
it's
all
not
these
letting me,
before I.
though.
Serpent. Oh, is this where we're just? Wasn't there? Is it the serpent scale armor that Vellum wanted?
That's the thing I want, yeah, because it's like the morning plate, but doesn't require attunement. So that enchantment's gonna be very good for me later. I have
Nice.
enough money, but it's not letting me buy it for some reason. Well, it's all grayed out anyway.
Oh,
1000 GP.
That means
Oh
you
no,
don't
no,
get
you know
it.
what? I miscounted. Yeah, I'm forgetting platinum exchange rate. I'll get the money.
There's an essence of
Yes.
shadow in the market.
Yeah, I sold some
Sure,
of
that'll
that.
go well. Oh right, yes, the market. Forgot about the markets.
By the way, Snack, if you want good ink, market also has gilded ink and glimmering ink.
Yeah, I'm going to get a fuck ton of that.
And
Excuse me.
luxury parchment.
Yeah, I'm getting all of that.
And I
but
love
I'm
bargains in
trying-
the market.
trying to
Egg!
get
Sorry.
all my stuff.
They don't have eggs.
Oh, they
so
do.
No coffee.
17 eggs. And
I have a
they,
lot.
they keep them under the crabs.
They have cocoa beans
They do.
and vanilla beans.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have my stuff. Oh, that's a lot of my gold. I don't know. I need
Oh, hey.
this jeweler's cash.
Atlas. There's also a chef's carry-all in the market for 900.
I think you already had one.
Yes.
Hey, it's
I might.
it's fucking.
Yeah, I think
eggs.
Snack might have gotten it.
Yeah,
Why
it's
wouldn't
not,
you have two?
I mean, if you can get two if you want, I guess.
There's also an enchanter's satchel.
I couldn't get the enchantress satchel. You need to get that one.
God, how am I gonna make it
I
now?
could not afford that.
I'm gonna get
where's
the
the ink?
enchanter's satchel.
Where's the ink at in the Moonlight Market?
Should be under consumables, I think.
Okay, I need to get this jeweler's cash though. Cause I'll be real. Ooh, yes.
Jenner, quick
Mm-hmm.
question.
yes.
The gold shit we looted from the chumps in the tomb. Is the pricing accurate? Like the value, I mean?
It should just be like a normal gold amulet.
Okay. 40 gold. That's about how little they're worth. I can probably talk them up
Dinner.
because they are like old as shit.
Can I
double check.
Try and talk down the price of this jeweler's cash? Cause I want to keep some of my money.
Alright, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to find things to sell.
Persuasion. 26. Hell yes.
Nice.
Right, so this is in the Glittering Bloom Jewel Crafters. Okay.
Yep.
I'll say you can probably get that sold for 900.
No, I'm trying to buy it for that.
Oh, wait, hang on.
He rolled so well that he's
Where-
convincing you to sell instead of buy.
Wait, hang on. So you have a jeweler's cash you're trying to sell
No, I'm trying to buy.
from the Glittering Bloom Jewel Crafters or the Moonlit Markets.
The Glittering Boom, Steel Crafters.
Okay, so the jeweler's cash in there is 1,000 gold. With a 26, you can buy it for 900.
Yes, that's what I want.
Okay. Can do that. There you go.
Yes.
We're just finally being able to sell and buy shit. Oh, that's fantastic.
I'll be honest, mine's gonna be mostly selling. I only have 130 platinum to my name. I need 90,000.
Buying all the food.
Of course, I expect.
I can see that.
I'm
Your
sorry, I'm
list
just
is
picturing
almost
all
big
of us.
enough to fill my fucking screen.
I'm
Oh
just
my
picturing all of
God.
us like carefully perusing wares and making bartering, and then Angus just turns his head from a store and he's like, "I'm buying all the food," and then turns his head back.
That's pretty much what it is.
But yes, Jenner. I have these choice items from a bygone age. I want to do the rounds in certain stores, like the jewelry store, especially because they'll have an eye for the value of it. And the markets, because there's going to be a bunch of stalls who could probably want to hawk this stuff to noble chumps. But basically, the crux of it is, I have all this gold jewelry from the chumps
And you want to
in the tomb.
you want to upsell
And I
it.
want to get a bigger price for it, yeah.
All right.
Because it is old as shit. It has historical value as well as a
Okay.
rarity angle.
I'll say.
Who the fuck makes this anymore?
Yeah, I'll say just make me a. Ooh, yeah, just make me a persuasion check. Yeah, the best chance you'll have would probably be with the jewel crafting store.
Yeah. I figured I wanted to try the markets as well because they're selling like the shadier shit as well.
Yeah, you could try to. You
But
could try
I
the
will try
Moonlit
there
Markets.
first.
15.
Dang it, only a 15. You're killing me, game.
It's gonna be a hard sell. About 50 goldish. Yeah, I'll say 50 gold. You gather you could probably find a better deal elsewhere.
Yeah, I'll say I'll consider it and then try the markets next.
Sure.
But Snake wants to do something apparently.
Snake is gonna try to find someone shady to find a poisoner's satchel.
Doing some back
Okay.
alley deals.
Go ahead and make me an invest.
No, you go on.
Go ahead. Oh, actually, you have a background feature for this, don't you?
Indeed, I do.
Threading of fate.
Shut up, don't worry about it. At some point I'm gonna have to haggle for that armor and I'd rather have it than not.
You're good.
So yeah,
only I can
you
get
are
advantage.
you're an urban bounty hunter. So you're able to indeed find someone quite shady with ear to the ground. I'll say, sure, you are able to find someone quite nefarious, specifically stalking the Moonlit Markets, or at least some of the shadowed alleys. You gather there aren't many of these individuals out right now in the daytime. But you do find a rather sketchy-looking Shar individual.
It's always the Shar.
Okay then.
What are you trying to purchase?
Similar a poisoner satchel.
A poison. Okay. A poisonous kit. All right.
I got the kit. I'm talking about like a satchel. Like
Oh, I
like
see.
a
I
jeweler's
see.
Satchel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The big thing.
Yeah.
The generic one.
While Jenner's quickly looking for that, Do you have an alchemist's potion pack already?
I do.
Good, because I just found one out and I was curious.
So, poisonous pouch. He's going to sell you that for 1,200.
You sure gonna look at him? Like, no. we can try and lower the price down for that.
All right.
Unless you have something something else you don't want.
Unless you have a death wish.
Nah,
Make
that's
me
nah.
make me a persuasion check.
Fucking look at me go.
You're taking all my good rolls for persuasion.
All right.
Oh, we have the same modifier.
I can tell you are a how they say a smart cookie. I'll sell it to you for perhaps 100 platinum. And we'll call it a deal.
I mean, I guess
gold,
that
that's
would
the
be
base
worth
price, I
yes,
think.
good. But he just looks at him. I'll throw in a deal and just add one gem just to make sure you're fairly compensated.
He kind of shrugs. Deal.
Get my fucking thing up.
It's worth 5 gold.
He's not that type of horse.
I'm not that kind of
seller.
All right. So just mark off 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Quick question, Jenna. What
Yeah.
time of day is it? Because we sort of left the tomb in the morning. We spent some time in the library. And now we're here.
It's been spent a bit of time researching, so I'll say it's early afternoon.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna do this the easy way after I finish what I'm doing in the market. I could just fucking spend a couple hours to make a platinum ingot and then sell that shit and have enough.
Sure.
Forget that I'm a metallurgist.
Yes. You can make an you can.
It took a second. I was just like, oh wait, no, I've got platinum ore.
You can use your trades to make incomes.
Hold on.
Well, look,
You owe me
it
5
usually
of
takes
those.
a while, okay?
Better not sell all of them. You owe me 5 of those.
It's out dropping big money.
Listen,
I want it.
it's one of the few items I know is going to be super effective for me. And making it is going to be a fucking bitch.
There is.
Besides, now that I have it, I can study it so I can make it myself later for cheaper.
Fair.
Right.
so that
Make sure.
Jen, are we doing the usual thing where I just remove the platinum and then add the money?
If you're doing it like full price.
Well, I mean, platinum is platinum. Like, it goes for its exact value. It's
Oh,
no
yeah. Go
Reduced
ahead.
value because it's
Sure.
currency. So I have 2 platinum ingots here. So I'm gonna sell those. And that will get me enough for the whatchamacallit.
Right. So, what gem are you handing over to Jar?
I'm trying to find it real quick, and while I'm marking off my stuff.
All right.
Give me a second. So I took 70 and 600. Hold on.
Yeah. Make sure to mark off 1,000 gold. And there's the pouch for you.
Okay.
Yes. Sake of bookkeeping. Don't worry, Snack. I still got the amount I need to owe you, which I don't
Okay.
remember, so you'll have to tell me.
All right. Good. So
Give me back my 1,000 gold.
I
man.
would
Why?
leave me with 8 gold and 40.
It's not letting me change my monetary value for some reason.
Top
It has like a
left.
flashy red.
top left, you'll see the.
Oh, manage currency.
Yeah, there you go.
I just changed the number. Convert. How do I just add?
Angus was collecting giant skulls, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Panther guy has 2 giant skulls for sale, apparently.
I see.
For 5 silver a piece, which is...
Yeah, Liska's been dumping out her. She's been dumping out her stuff.
Why can't I change this? Yeah, that only brings up transfer and convert, which is not what I want. It's like I try editing the money itself, but it doesn't like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him a coral.
All right. Mark off 1 coral.
And I'm gonna delete it.
So, sorry, how much gold are you trying to? How much currency are you trying to mark off, Willem?
I'm trying to give myself 1,000, which is what the 2 platinum bars would be worth. But for some reason, whenever I try to modify the currency, the box flashes red and then turns back to what it was.
Right. Okay. I have an idea, real quick.
And since the stores are automated, I can't just say I'll just give you this because it's what's happening.
This is
Oh,
an
God, the ugly old
unidentified
sheet.
tattoo, so I can't see what the Lifewell tattoo actually does.
Hang on,
Wait, what?
one second. So,
Shenanigans
1,000.
are happening.
So 1,003 gold pieces. Okay, there you go.
Thank you. And then revert back to good.
So
Hopefully
the
it's
Lifewell
okay.
tattoo. I see.
Because it has to be
There we go.
Oh, damn.
Okay, good. It didn't throw anything out of sorts.
Huh.
I buy the thing I want.
You remember when we had that huge bismuth hammer that I think we bought for?
Yeah,
Oh,
Dejar
no,
wanted the enchantment.
Is there a copy
Yeah, I
of it
got
in
that.
there? Because there shouldn't be.
No, there's a bismuth crown from the Jewel Lady, which is also really
Ah.
interesting.
Oh,
It essentially
right.
allows you to cast like hypnotic pattern, but in an AOE around you instead of like a
Oh
cube.
yeah, I remember you did comment on that at one point.
Yeah, I just never had. I spent all my money and I need to probably sell some shit.
I'm gonna buy some adamantine Akteshi slave manacles.
Oh yeah, Liska sold them ages ago.
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy them mostly because they're being sold for 2 gold a piece and they weigh 6 pounds.
Are they supposed to be? I checked that first. That may be an oopsie.
Maybe because I did.
Adamantine would not go for 2 gold.
No, it would not.
I mean, get it all the same. We can melt it down, but you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
if it's gonna be different, then I need to know because I sold those just now.
Oh, why? We can make them into useful money. I guess is fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's also selling 12 pounds of adamantine.
Actually, he just bought those off Liska.
Why are you selling it?
Because
I will buy
she-
them off you.
She's selling because she doesn't fucking need it.
Me.
Because y'all guys never talk to her about anything with crafting. You never bring anything up.
Because whenever
She's
we
just
do,
like-
you're bored.
Oh, okay, fair
No,
point.
you never. No, you don't bring it up to Liska and be like, "Hey, Liska, do you wonder if you can help?" It's like, no, you just assume she's not involved, and then you don't do anything.
I open the conversation to Liska all the time. She's like,
That's-
whatever.
That is absolute bullshit.
So, time to correct the mistake.
Vellum
That
sees
was a good
Liska
time.
selling this shit like a fool.
I mean, she got 30,000 for it. Can you
I
beat
mean,
that?
that's well worth the money, but fuck, man, he's gonna upsell the shit out of that now. All right, you sold it to the smith, right?
Yeah,
To
he's
shoot Jaguar,
Oh
yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
it's 5,000 apiece.
yeah.
My
I remember.
soul.
Liska sold it at half cost.
Could have at least brought one of us to haggle. It's fine.
Why would
You wouldn't have done that though.
It's a character choice. I'm fine.
No, you're not. Your character inside is just screaming.
It
Hey.
doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers
know,
me. It
uh,
bothers
with
me
me.
a lot, and that
My
one's still
mommy.
green.
You know how to make it, right? Make some more. It'll be fine.
But it
God.
already exists.
If you don't
It's fine.
like,
I've learned my lesson. I'll inquire with Liska more about if she's picked up anything cool.
good call.
Vellum sees Liska in the store and wonders what she's doing. I don't want to fully meta, but he would actually be frequenting the stores. So is that okay to be a feasible thing to happen, Eamon? Like, for
I
sake
mean,
of
where have
interaction?
you been buying?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, Liska's just
She's been there.
selling- Yeah, Liska's just been selling stuff to the majority of her time in the beginning would be at the armory. If Vellum's spending time in the armory because he's going for that armor,
I
then
mean, that was his first stop. He went in, saw how much it was, and then went to go secure the funds. So he's been in at least once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
God!
so
Imagine
so
walking in. Oh hi, Willem. Oh hi, Liska. And you just and you trade spots.
I was gonna say, like, Liska would have come in with the purpose of just unloading a bunch of shit. So
Yeah.
he probably, like,
I'm not gonna bullshit and say he comes in when she's selling stuff. That's not fair. I'm just thinking, like, for sake of conversation and roleplay.
so I'll say this, for the sake of kind of realism, I doubt Vellum would come in knowing that armor was there.
No,
He'd-
but he
he'd
does
look around-
frequent the metal. He frequents the metal.
Like you said, yeah,
for-
he'd look around and meander a bit, and then he'd probably see it. So that, like, usually you take 15, 20 minutes in a shop if you're just looking around and not buying. By that time, Liska probably would have pulled out all the blocks of adamant, all the ingots of adamantine.
Now, as a player, I was fine with you doing this. I overreacted for the lulz, but if you want to sell it, that's on you. We don't have to organize a scenario where conversation can happen about it.
I'm
Perfectly
just,
fine with
you know, I'm just allowing it to happen because it is realistic that he would probably be there when she's just unloading stuff from her bag.
Okay. Well,
I will say that.
You've already
uh,
done it, so mechanically, so.
Well, I mean, like I said, she can get 30,000 for it, just flat on. If we want to roll, cool. But yeah, she has, like, the reason Liska's okay with this is because, one, she thinks that Angus and Philip could just make more. Two, she already has her
it's a
adamantine
very
armor. She doesn't need
apt
more
mindset.
adamantine.
Yeah,
She's
it's,
just
it's
like,
an apt mindset for Liska to have. It's like, oh, well, you could just make more. Oh, you have the ability. This isn't as valuable.
yeah,
But no,
so,
Vellum will sort of be checking out a particular piece of armor and like doing some financial arithmetic in his head, and then just, you know, Liska's hard to miss.
she is.
Oh, Liska.
Hey, Willem. How are things?
Good. I'm seeing some things I need to get some funds for. What are you doing here? I figured you'd be set for armor. He sort of gestures at her literal whole fucking
Adamant-
thing of
Adamantine armor, yeah.
Yeah.
That hasn't appeared on my character's token or sheet yet. Yes.
Yeah, it's working out. Perfection takes time, okay? The pauldrons need to be bigger.
No, that's not good. It's like, I'm sorry. What was the question you asked?
Yeah, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be set for armor, and then gestures at her whole deal.
Oh, I am. I am just kind of looking for small little odd things, you know, here and there. Like, and she kind of shakes her foot where shakes a hoof where her endurance sabatons, like, are, like she has. It's like just stuff like that. And you know, just getting rid of a lot of excess weight. I know you can't really feel it in the bag of holding, but it takes up room, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I know that better than anyone. Well, I mean, since I'm here, maybe I can get you a better price on it. May as well get the value out of what you're selling.
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. And I get the idea that she just kind of like steps to the side to reveal the stacks of stuff that she set up, and there's like a perfect little pyramid of adamantine ingots. just chilling over
Like,
there.
There's literally just the quiet noise from Vellum.
The
Yeah.
the entire shop here, the entire Smith's shop, it is a flurry of activity right now. What with this massive stack of adamantine that you just
Yeah, and
just
this bitch
dropped
wearing
on
full
them.
adamantine plate.
Yeah, all of the various prospective Smiths under Vajir's observance here are just gawking.
Yeah, huge
Well,
adamantine bitch with a bunch of extra adamantine.
Yes, oh, I just got some spare, whatever, it's no big deal.
You sold all the rare elemental metals.
Oh, I would throttle you if you did that.
Oh, he's
They're in
Vellum
there.
would throttle this guy.
They're in there.
Are they okay? Are they in the pile, Avon? I need to know that.
the elemental jewelry. Yeah. She doesn't have any pyre
Okay.
steel or any of that stuff.
That's
but the elemental jewelry is in there.
manageable. I've got plenty. I don't need to melt any more down, and she deserves money. But yeah, Vellum will sort of just like reflexively go at the adamantine pile there, and he'll sort of just do a little bit of a. He'll do it over the earring just to not give any sort of game away. What's yours is yours, and you can do what you like with it. Are you sure you want to sell all that adamantine? We could probably make something more valuable for you to sell.
She kind of looks at him, looks down at her armor, and then looks back up to him. Just like, I don't think I can.
Well, I meant to sell, but fair enough. Let me see what I can do for you. You can tell he's doing it begrudgingly, but like he said, it's hers. It's her stuff.
It's like, what do you think would, like, over the earrings, like, what do you think would be worth more than just, I'm guessing, the opportunity to even work with this? Like, they'd have to try to break something down to use this, as opposed to just have the ingots. I feel like ingots are more valuable to a smith than armor already existing.
That is true, but the value of things made from the metal are more than anything. I mean, steel is not worth much at all, but you make a full plate of armor out of it, and suddenly that's jumped up by like 100 times the value.
I mean, I guess, but if
It's
you want
up
to-
to you. I'm not gonna push you in any way. You came here to sell this, and if you really want to, then I'll help you.
sure. I mean, do you want it? I know I can get quite a lot. I'd estimate probably 30,000.
I really do, but it's yours, and I don't want to be greedy. I've got a good amount for whatever needs I might have. So, I'll be real, it does bother me, but I can get over it. He sort of just, like, dusts his hand a little bit, preparatorily, but, like, in the outside view of it, it's just like silence, hand dusting.
It's like, okay.
Alrighty. So, before I go assisting with this, is there anything else of interest that might seem off in this pile?
Nothing I would say that's too, like, extreme that I can think of
The
right
only
now.
real things were the elemental jewelry and the adamantine, right?
Yeah, she. Oh, and the slave manacles, but that's just its own thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that'd be the same as just adamantine. That's melting
Yeah.
that shit down.
No. Some ancient Akteshi coins.
Who
A
cares about
random
those?
gem encrusted skull, item of Thrym. Nope.
Nah, that's just all good fodder. Alright,
Yeah.
well, yeah, like as a player, I have 33 pounds of this shit. I actually don't care, but the vellum part is just
adamantine?
like,
Yeah. I've been melting
Motherfuckers,
shit
it
down,
would have
dude.
been nice if you shared. I didn't get any.
I did. I said, hey, if any of y'all want adamantine, come fucking get it. I've got to go to Mount. Anyway.
Oh.
Wait.
All the
People are just
time
like,
when
oh,
we
we'll
talk
loot,
about
we'll give it up later, and then, oh my god.
No, this is from stuff that we have distributed equally. I've just been melting shit down that's made of it. And you think
We are such a well-oiled machine when it comes to fighting and killing things way above our level.
Look,
But the
I put it
moment
out
we
there,
are
it's
Yeah.
not my fault. I put it out there, it's not my fault people don't monopolize on it. Anyway, Jenner, I'm
We
gonna...
literally say, we'll do that next session, and then we never get to.
And we
Anyway.
kill here.
Anyway, we're over time, so I'm gonna get this done quick. Jenner,
love your guys.
haggle
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Persuasion, I assume?
Yep.
Man, everything's
Persuasion.
chugging.
This
23.
is just
I'll give
Alright.
advantage.
so
I
fantastic.
wish I had done
Okay.
that before the roll, but sure. 23.
23. So, you're
Let's
trying.
let's get more money.
All right. So I'll say. Buying for, selling for 2,500. I'll say you managed to get him to buy it for. I'll say 2,800.
Market value.
So an extra
Okay, so
20,
how?
so an extra
what's
28.
the difference in money? Because Lisk already has the money.
3.
selling it roll.
Let's see, 5. Let's see, it was 25, so 3 times 12, 3. Extra 3,600. Okay.
There we go. Go ahead and add that if you're able to, because the sheet doesn't like you changing things.
We'll see.
I will say this though. Adventurers do often come into towns with a bunch of very rare material items in terms of like just where they've been and if they survive.
Oh yeah, but adamantine is not common to come across. And this bitch rocks up with fucking 12 of them or some shit.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
I can't afford all that.
Does he even? That's a good point. Does he have enough money?
Yeah. Homeboy like takes out a mortgage. Just
Yeah,
like, It's just
yeah.
like, oh god,
Like,
guys,
I
we need
want
to
to
do
buy
this.
all this.
I mean
but I'm
that's
going
that's
bankrupt.
that's why he probably went up to 2,800 instead of market value. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Skyrim.
It's also funny because he can't even use it.
See, that's the
Maybe he
thing
can't
with
even use it.
merchants in like a big city. Oftentimes they'll put in an investment towards rare objects that they know other people will want. Having access to adamantine makes you not only a desired location, but while they're here, you could probably peddle some other stuff to them.
Yep. And it's just an attention grabber as well. Like if word of mouth gets around, it's like, hey, this shop has like a bunch of adamantine. I've never seen it before. Zoom. I'm very tempted to just rock up to him and be like, hey, do you want someone who can make something out of that for you? I charge fair rates. Offering to make something out of the shit he just bought sounds so fucking funny to me. It's like,
I mean,
good
it's
job,
one way
chump.
to advertise your services. Have your buddy come up and sell very rare shit. Just be like, hey, I know how to work with this. Want me to?
Like, happy to do business with you. Okay, how about I do something with that?
First, I sell you something at a marked up price. Then I tell you I can also work with it.
I sell you shit you can't use and then tell you I can use it.
Well, maybe he did learn something from Balthazar.
I mean, he's always been a merchant. Well, fun as that is, we should probably wrap session.
Round
because we
up.
always do more shop things in the week.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
Just before we do, Avon, did you see the thing I pinged you with?
I did, yes.
Yeah, just thought I'd mention it because she also has some stone giant and hill. In case anybody else wants like potions of giant strength.
Fuck, I forgot to haggle for the armor. I just bought
Well-
it like an idiot.
You lady.
Fine, I've got
Yep,
I've
that's
got
up.
that icon of fate for something else. It's fine. I'll use it somewhere else.
All right then. So, as you all prepare yourselves, gather some supplies, upgrade a few things even, and prepare yourselves to get back on the road. We'll leave it there.